All right, cool. What's up, everybody? Welcome tonight to a special episode number 88 of Tattoo Collecting One-on-One, live and loud on the road to the Indianapolis Tattoo Expo. So for those of you guys just tuning in, this is Guy Aitchison's Reinventing the Tattoo community, a place for tattooers, apprentices, collectors, and of course, the curious who are encouraged to join in these live streams and real-world events to share and inspire with the goal of ultimately creating better art and tattoos together. So we beam out nearly every day on demand and live. So all of these art shows that you're watching can be enjoyed literally anytime. Some of our favorite places to watch are reinventingthetattoo.com, our Roku and YouTube channels, and as well as the podcast if you're watching after, which can be found in Apple and Google Play. So all of these things that I'm talking about, the latest event schedule, notifications, and all of the 24/7 beaming content can be found at our website. But beyond that, that's where all of our educational content is stored too. Right now, Guy's offering 3 different learning style programs to check out with the second trimester going through the Reinventing the Tattoo book weekly with other students. So if you guys are tuning in now, there are other times where we have some of these kind of events going on. So every Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern is Jason Leeser's Skill Building Sunday Zoom. So you guys can go to our website, scroll down and get a link to Zoom in and bring something that you're working on or something that you're preparing for class with Guy, any of those things. So Sundays at 1 p.m. We also have James Wisdom teaching his Reinventing drawing groups at 9 a.m. on Monday mornings, as well as the Tattoo Weekly with myself, Gabe Ripley, and Jake Meeks of Fireside Tattoo every Monday at 11. Tuesday mornings, you can find Ricardo Sturdivant with Tuesday Feels. Wednesdays is a Tattoo Now show along with our Reinventing Business class at 1. And of course, right here, Tattoo Collecting 101, now with the new time every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern. Other than that, some other real world events, as you can see, will be at the Indianapolis Tattoo Expo this weekend, Hell City at the end of August, and for those of you in Tampa, Inkmania. Other than that, of course, the last thing I want to mention are our sponsors, and thank you to you guys for providing this content to everybody for free. We've got World Tattoo Events with the largest, most comprehensive resource for tattoo events in the world. You can find them at worldtattooevents.com or on Instagram at World Tattoo Events. Also, thank you to Raw Pigments, an ink company that is tapping into the source with acrylic-free inks that have been impressing all styles of artists from around the world. Some of our affiliates as well, Tattoo Now and Fireside Tattoo, The Apprenticeship Diaries, and ecofriendlytattoosupplies.com. Beyond all, we want to shout out to Guy Aitchison for being the inspiration behind Reinventing the Tattoo. And you can find his biomech encyclopedia, paintings, and more at guyaitchison.com. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and kick off to the host here and hear from them. In the meantime, you guys, you're welcome to comment on the YouTube channels. Tell us where you're beaming in from. Tell us if you're going to be in Indianapolis this weekend and all that good stuff. So Kyle, to you, Fawn, to you.
Thanks, Lauren. Thank you, Lauren.
Cool.
You always do such a good job bringing us in.
The stress is real. Yeah, if you want to pop it into gallery mode, Kyle, then I'll pop out of here.
Okay.
You're much more graceful bringing us in than I ever am. But yeah, so I'm in the Jeep. We've got Captain Derb at the wheel. Cervena's asleep in the passenger seat. And then we got Jess, True Tube's manager, with us as well. We are, I don't know, what do you say, about an hour out there?
Yeah, about an hour and 20.
About an hour and a half from the show. It's getting kind of exciting. This was like the first show we did last year when everything was coming back to life. So it's kind of like exciting because we know what to expect. It's exciting because it's such a low pressure show because Chris is such a good friend of ours. It's like the whole Indiana and Ohio tattoo family just kind of like comes together at this show. So it's a fun one for us. But Chris does a really good job selecting and curating the kinds of artists that he has at this show. Like it's a smaller show compared to Hell City, but quality. It's a very quality show. So are you still coming out this weekend, Kyle?
Yeah, I'm going to show up on Saturday and check everything out and say hi to everyone.
Nice. I think Saturday is going to be a fantastic day. Jay Grimmy. He's got the Ty McEwen collection
Mhm.
here, I believe. Man, I know Adam Stoner is a tattooer who's a friend of ours. He'll be here. St. Mark will be here. Yeah, St. Mark was one of the judges. That was pretty cool. Jeremy Brown's coming this time. Jeremy Brown will be here. Yeah, a heck of a lineup.
Yeah, great lineup. That's awesome.
And we were supposed to get on the road at about 2 today, and we were late getting on the road. So we're still on the road now. But yeah.
It
we're on
happens.
So how's everything at home base? We're still waiting on Ben to get there. He'll be joining you any minute, but
Yeah, Ben should be here any moment, but besides that, we're good to go. Everything's set up, got it locked down.
Good.
Yeah.
It feels like be able to kind of like grab a handful of equipment and go on the road with it and kind of leave the home base intact.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels you and Ben are there to hold down the fort and kind of keep our normal rhythm while I'm like chaotic and going with the flow out here.
Yeah, make sure everything still happens all right and flows well.
So over the past couple of weeks, you've been hanging out at the shop a lot, and I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit while it's just me and you on the show today, while we're waiting for Ben. Do you mind talking about the stuff that you're working on and the projects you've got going on?
Yeah, you mean like what we're doing with reinventing or like my personal stuff?
Like you don't mind talking about like your artistic stuff that you're working on, right?
Yeah. So some of the stuff that I've been doing with reinventing recently has mostly been, just working on lots of design exercises, trying to learn all the fundamentals, kind of get a good grasp on that, from flow to fit to contrast and all that, and really just trying to work those specifically to kind of bring everything together and help boost up my artwork a bit.
Are you following along with Guy's curriculum? Is that the program that you're doing?
You were cutting out there. Can you say it again?
Are you following along with Guy's curriculum? Are you just like following those lessons?
Yeah. So I do it along with the evolution course. So it goes through the canon, like every week there's a new section of it, and then there's specialized exercises and seminars. So there's plenty of information about each little section broken up.
What were the two lessons that you were working on this week?
This week's the final, so it's a matter of throwing everything back together into one big piece, really focusing on including everything and making sure that the overall design is well thought out. And we got Ben here as well.
In a minute.
He said no.
I hear him. Well, we're still waiting on Ben to join us, but he's there. This is Jess. I know you guys have seen Jess's body parts before, but this is the person attached.
The audio's a little crunchy. I don't know. It comes like in and out a bit.
What's
up, fam?
It was relevant content.
You've seen her on the Helsinki main stage.
Yep. As seen on the city main
I fixed
stage with armfuls for Austin Yancey. This is Jess.
Hi, Jess.
Heyo.
Hi, Ben.
Creepy wave to you.
So what's going on in Ben's world? We were just talking about Kyle's art projects this week. I still have some more questions for him about that, but what's new in Ben's world?
I heard about every third word that you just said because you are super robot voice right now.
Grumble voice?
Robot voices.
I don't mean to be a robot voice.
Well, that's not your fault. I'm assuming that's the cell service. I didn't think you were bleep, bleep, bloop, bleep, bleep, blooping on me.
Something in between here and there.
Something. One of them things.
Yeah.
We're pretty rural. pretty.
You're a
rural.
pretty girl. Yes. Yes, you are, Fawn. You're a very pretty girl.
Rural. Rural.
Rural.
Rural.
You rural. Oh, okay. Okay. What I heard is I'm a very pretty girl. And we're like, yes.
No, it's pretty rural where we are. Rural.
Rural.
Country.
There's a
We're-
rule. Rule.
This is the country territory.
There may be a store called Rural King where you can put your Bushmaster 5.56 for $699 out the door.
You've got one or two random craft projects for that you need this one power tool and you're probably never going to need it again. Rural King.
Rural King. Or chickens.
Or chickens and ducks. Dog
chickens.
treats.
A little bit of everything.
Are you guys pumped on the show?
Do what? Yeah, we're on our way. We're about an hour out still.
Bum, 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 bum.
The big adventure.
So Kyle was working on this filigree, like this glowy filigree project earlier this week. And that was a pretty cool project to watch evolve. Like from going like through the shop and helping Kyle photograph different little pieces of like ornamental scroll work on some of the picture frames and then watching what he built out of it. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, Kyle?
Yeah, it was one of the exercises from Guy that I do where like every week he gives me a kind of a basicer version of what we're doing in the Evolve course.
Okay.
And then so with that, like so for this past week, for example, it was a filigree assignment going through and getting like a real life example of some, nice Victorian ornamental work. And then just really trying to dial in on it and
Nice.
get it as crisp as possible.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't draw stick figures. So anytime someone that can see something and recreate even something similar on a piece of paper, my mind is blown away. The visual to hand isn't there for me. Never has been. I've practiced. I've tried. I was a fucking tattoo apprentice at one point, and I still can't draw stick figures.
It's not in everyone's blood.
It's not. It's really not. Well, what's funny is my brother's just like mega artist.
Mhm.
He can look at something and goes, "There you go," and I'm the exact opposite. So it's kind of odd. It's really just what you dedicate your time.
Yeah,
to
pretty
honing.
much.
But I really admire people that can take inspiration from their surroundings and find a creative outlet for that, because that's happiness all the time.
Yeah.
You got a pencil, you got a paper. When do you not? You know what I mean? Like,
Create your own world, your own happiness.
right. And you have a place where you can sink inside and kind of create your own little bubble and have a hyper focus that I'm super fucking jealous of. Just be real.
Yeah, it's a magical thing.
It's a cool thing. You know what we're not doing that's super odd? Smoking weed.
That is all.
I'm gonna remedy that.
I
I got some stuff over here too, if you want.
I think they're right there at your fingertips, should you need it. Should you
I'm a
need
lot more interesting.
Ben, did I see that you finally made it out into the woods?
Nope.
No, you didn't make it to the woods? I thought you made it to the woods.
You saw an old picture of me in the woods, wanting to be in the woods. I got you.
I was
got
excited.
you.
I thought you finally made it out to the woods. Well,
Me and LB were supposed to go over the weekend, and when I met her mom, she was, "God, she's kind of tired. Didn't really get too much rest last night." And in the 15-minute drive between picking her up and going to the store, she crashed and was out. And when I woke her up when we got to the store, she looked at me like death. And I was like, "Little baby, what's wrong?" And she goes, I'm just tired, Dad." So we walked around our favorite store while she was super lethargic and wouldn't pick out stuff to go camping, which, like, my kid buying stuff is like her favorite fucking thing.
Right.
And if we can find something like a flashlight or a pair of boots or a sleeping bag or pillow that's going to make her invested into the trip, that was the whole point. And she wasn't having it, man. Like, I'm showing her pink unicorn fucking sleeping bags and headlamps with horns on them and shit. And she
said no?
she's like, "Nah,
That's
bro."
crazy.
She's like, "Nah, Dad, I just want to go to bed."
I would have got that.
That is, I'll buy you.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Promises.
Yeah. Hey, I'll go camping with you. I'll be your daughter.
She was hard over it. So she slept the entire ride home, and then I went to like gather all my gear and like pack the car and get the car together, and she slept the entire time. So I'm like pushing it back, like I can leave at this time and still be there before sunrise or sunset and have
Mhm.
everything set and blah blah blah. And it got to the point where it was like, all right, it's time to wake her up or we're not going.
Yeah.
And I woke her up and she still was just like bleh. She had a fever. I gave her some Tylenol and put her back to bed, didn't leave the damn house. So did not make the last adventure. I feel like I have packed my camping gear probably 4-5 times now with the intention of sleeping in the woods and that not happening. It's been awesome. It's been real awesome.
Yeah. Well, you know, the 5th time's the charm, right?
Sure. Fuck, I gotta get married 2 more times before something works out.
We were up the U-Haul today. Derb was talking about needing a group kayaking or camping trip. We haven't taken one as like a shop or a tattoo family in quite a while.
Hard in. Y'all let me know.
Hard in, he says.
Yeah, maybe next weekend.
Derb says maybe next weekend.
Okay.
Gonna make it happen.
Better clear your schedule.
My schedule's pretty easy to clear. It's pretty easy to clear. I just kind of work and do this, so there's not really much to clear.
Hey, you know what? Same, except that I also draw, but you know, that's I can do that while sitting on the couch.
That's one more thing I don't do. You don't happen to have a grinder with you, do you?
Ooh.
Fantastic. Is there a grinder floating around the smoke area? Shit. Look at Kyle, Johnny on the motherfucking spot.
Make it as easy as possible.
You know,
Everything was set up, ready to go.
that's what I love about you guys. You just take such good care of me.
Kyle had just a little bit of troubleshooting to do, but it all seemed to like work itself out, right?
Okay, so I can tell you're talking. I know that you just made an attempt to use words. But it sounded.
I'll just let you guys carry the conversation until I get somewhere with better signal. I'm along.
I heard all. How come every time you bitch about the signal, I hear every fucking word of that? Like a real point? No.
No, it's not important.
That's how it works. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like how when you want to load a video and the ad will load in perfect quality right away, and then your video won't load at all.
Funny how that
Yeah,
works.
right?
Funny how that works. Look at everybody.
Beautiful view though.
Half asleep. The back of Derb's head is pretty much the sexiest thing of all times.
Mhm.
I got you in the rear view now.
I would make some comments about staring at the back of his head, but it's going to sound way more dirty than I intended to. He might like that a little too much. Oh, I mean, hi, Savannah. That was sarcasm, people. Oh man. I can't carry conversation by myself, though. I mean, I'm pretty good and I'll ramble, but like someone else got pitch in.
I'll do my best.
Give it to me, buddy. Especially sober.
Craziest. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Craziest.
What is your craziest tattoo road trip story?
I've got one.
Give it to me, baby.
So when I was living in Southern California still, and I went up north to the Seattle area to get a tattoo, I made it up there pretty good. It was, the first 2 days up, I split it in half and then woke up in the morning up in the forest areas up there in Northern California.
Nice.
It was the most beautiful drive I've ever had. The fog was rolling in. It was just so glorious up there.
Perfection.
And then I finally make it into town and I hit a parked car. Yeah.
Oops.
And my insurance guy was like, yeah, there shouldn't be any issues with it. There wasn't enough damage or whatnot. Cause my car was fucked, but the lady's car was perfectly fine, which is how it always goes, but it's better that way,
Yes.
And then, a year down the line, I'm trying to like switch car insurances or something. And they're like, yeah, you have an at fault accident. I was like, what? I was told that was not going to be an issue.
Well, I mean, it wasn't an issue until you tried to change.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Till I needed something that looked at my record. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the truth. We've all been there. I don't really have a lot of tattoo adventure stories. All my homies are local, and the furthest I've traveled for a tattoo is about 15 minutes.
New York trip.
Say that again, Shrimpy Shrimp.
The New York trip.
Oh, okay. I did travel to go to New York. She's like, here, I'm fucking feeding you, Ben. Listen.
Here are your memories.
I did go to New York. she's the keeper. Let me tell you, I can't keep track of it all. I went to New York one time and tattooed a whole large portion of my back while I sat in the convention. And my significant other at the time was there to go on vacation, and I was there to get tattooed. And the next day, which we had about 12 hours in New York total, she was like, well, let's go to the park. Let's do all these things. And I'm like, yep, fucking let's go. All right. So I put on a Hawaiian shirt, which was probably the worst mistake a human being could ever make in their life, not only because of fashion, but because of fresh, wide open tattoo. And this polyester awesomeness is becoming one with my skin as I walk around the, I don't know, 110-degree fucking New York.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it was amazing. I'd also just tattooed my hand on the way down.
A little 2 for 1. Okay.
Yeah, my buddy lives in Pennsylvania, and we got a little champagne drunk at his house on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you gotta stop. I'm like, fuck yeah. So 1 a.m, we're at the tattoo studio, and he's fucking blasting this thing on my hand. I love Davey to death, but gentle is not in his vocabulary. I've got a lot of tattoos from Davey, and every single one of them is fucking in there. It's not going anywhere. I could bleach it in the sun for 19 years and it would be bright as fuck. They're in. So my hands swelled up to fuck. So I can't drive. I'm already, my back hurts. So I'm like trying to compensate, and then my hands all fucking swollen. It was a
good third of your body's just completely out of commission.
Bro, I was done. Did not follow the make yourself comfortable rules. Did not follow the need to eat before you get tattooed rules. Rolled up to Empire, parked my car for $180 fucking dollars.
Shit, what the fuck?
Yeah, man, New York. And,
for how long though?
2 days.
Oh, okay. Well, makes a little bit more sense.
Literally parked my car, checked in, concierge took our bags. I went straight to the fucking ballroom of the Hilton, I believe it was, that we were staying in, and immediately sat down and started getting tattooed. No food, no drink, no break, no stretch, no fuck. I've been in the car for 10 hours or whatever it was. I'm exaggerating. And went straight into getting my back tattooed. I sit down and Rich holds up his machine that he's getting ready to tattoo with, and it's one of the blood shovels. I don't know what else to call it. It's a 932 pronged fucking needle that's 4 stacks thick and 19 inches wide.
Blood shovel,
bro. He just takes this fucking meat shovel and just all through my back and starts patching out these big old patches of black that, again, Rich puts it in, man. And I was raw as fuck, and I was like, let's walk around Central Park.
Let's enjoy the sunlight for the day.
It'll be fun.
Yeah,
it'll be a good time.
And nice, comfortable clothing.
Bruh, I tried to take off my shirt when we were done. Now, mind you, all my stuff is packed in the back of the car because we checked out or whatever. So I didn't have a change of clothes readily available or anything along those lines. So I sat back down in the car. We had leather seats, and I'm doing the like you're shitting in the woods seat.
Mm-hmm.
Half on the edge of it, kind of trying not to touch anything. And I sat that way for 2 hours until we got out of Manhattan. And I was like, stop. I rode the rest of the way with a fucking t-shirt on the seat and no shirt. It was rough. Thank you, Fawn, for reminding me of the awesomeness that was that experience.
I mean, that's the reality of getting tattooed on the road, man. It's brutal.
It really is. Not only was that my first out-of-state convention ever, that was only the second time I'd ever been tattooed, not at the homie spot. So I was super uncomfortable, really felt like I was on display. And Rich's work is known for being big and bold, and you can see it from across the fucking room. And that's the style he did on my back as well. So I would literally see people start coming from the what is going on with this, bro? And I'm just like trying not to die, hunched over a fucking table, sitting on weird. It was bad. So if I would have followed the tattoo collecting 101, how to get a tattoo advice, probably would have had
A little bit better of a time.
a little bit more of a pleasant experience. But wonderful resources such as Reinventing and this wonderful podcast weren't available. Or I'm just old as fuck and they were a thing, but whatever. And I think some hearty advice in that area would have been great. I think if I would have came in with a full meal, I wouldn't have been nearly as uncomfortable. I would have had a lot more stick-to-itiveness to be able to sit there and not whine like a little bitch the entire time.
Yeah.
I would have had the right mental fortitude and taken a break to enjoy the experience and have the company of my tattoo artist be appreciated and not miserated, because fuck, I'm in a bad mood and you're drilling me. So it made the whole situation kind of awkward because it was like, I just drove fucking days for this. I'm not going to not. If we were at home, I'd be like, bro, like just
I'll come back tomorrow.
just stop, man. Let's smoke this out. Let's get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm done, which I had done to him more than one time. He's like, really, bro? We've been doing this like 40 minutes. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Tattoo God said no today. So yeah, it was one of those, like, you had to force yourself to stay inside of that situation. You had to force yourself to have that mental fortitude to allow somebody to continue to do their work. The only reason I was there was so he could show off his piece. I would not have gone to the convention if I wouldn't have been invited. I would not have gone to the convention if Rich wouldn't have said, "Get your fucking ass here so I got something on display." So it's a weird, I don't know. It was an awesome opportunity. I loved it. I would do it again in a heartbeat, but I was definitely ill prepared.
Yeah, when I was getting tattooed at Hell City, I was not planning to at first, but like I had to run down and get like some pretzels and like a Cliff Bar. I was like, if I don't have something in me, I'm gonna fucking die. It's gonna be an awful experience. So I at least just give me some pretzels. I'll snack up on it and fill up, and it'll be okay.
I mean, yes, most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all done it. We've all gone to appointments and just not. You're running late for work. Your day didn't go the way you wanted it to, whatever, and you just got this mental cloud. And if I don't take that second to be like, focus, this is what we're doing, let's get my head in the game, it's a miserable experience.
Yeah.
Like, it's pain, regardless of how minute anyone says it is. It's pain. I've never had a tattoo where I was like, oh, that feels fucking great, you should do that spot some more.
No, it always hurts.
Not one time ever. So to not be in the right mental attitude, to not have the full stomach, to not have the rest the night before, to not have not a bunch of fucking champagne in your system. I broke every rule that there was. You know what I mean? Like,
and you were ready to go 40 minutes in. There it is.
Fuck, man. And imagine that. And that ended up being like a fucking 10-hour session or something like that. We shut that bitch down because I was late. I mean, it was awesome. Don't get me wrong. I'm here from Arizona. Hot. Oh, awesome. We have people talking to us.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just late to the party, but hi, people talking to us. I can't read your name because it's so far away and I'm blind in my good eye.
It is funny when people tune in because like they don't always like and talk to us. It's hard to keep track of like the multiple conversations. We've got episodes where like nobody talks to us in the chat rooms, and then we've got episodes where like the chat rooms are alive the whole time.
It's kind of I've made a intelligent stand back position when it comes to following the YouTubes. I understand that is a thing that needs to happen. I like it, but at the same time, I don't understand. I'm an old fuddy-duddy, and like the talk to people and read and live and all these things scare me. I don't.
It's very nerve-wracking at first to get in front of it.
I watched our replays, admittedly for the first time the other day, on Reinventing's app on Roku,
On the Roku channel, yeah.
and it fucking freaked me out. Cause I'm like, I'm on my TV. I didn't like ask for me to be on my TV.
But
I
there
was
you
just
are.
flipping through some shit, and my fucking face popped up. And then I tried to listen, and everybody hears their voice different in their head and out loud. It fucking fucked with me.
That's one of the biggest ones, is just getting used to the sound of your own voice, getting thrown back at you without all the in-head reverb.
I was in bands and I sang, and I've got recordings of me singing, and I've got all these things, but it's not your speaking voice.
No, it's not the same. Yeah, because
Your
I'm
singing
used to my
voice.
singing voice as well, but the speaking voice, I'm like, oh, get that loser out of here.
Well, not even that. I feel you hear your singing voice more naturally than your speaking voice.
yeah,
So
I
I think
back
you're
you up in that.
closer to tone in your own ear, especially someone that's practiced and knows how to stay in pitch.
Trying.
Trying, everyone's trying. No
Yeah,
one. I don't care what anybody says. No one's pitch perfect. No one.
There's a couple freaks of nature.
No, because you know who they're tuned to?
Hmm.
Themselves.
It's true. Okay.
What is absolute tune? Who created that tone?
Frequency of the universe.
Correct.
Yeah.
So can you absolutely match that exact same frequency? Impossible. Just like two people can't whistle on the same tone. Now, can you get it so fucking close no one can tell?
Sure.
Absolutely. But on a hertz level,
On a hertz level now. Okay. Yeah, I'll back you up in that.
look, I guess I would need to finish my thoughts.
Yeah.
I understood what I was saying.
It's a process, you
It
know.
is a process, especially through my brain, because sometimes I think things that I thought I said that I didn't actually say. That happens. But just like, yeah, you ever done the whistle test?
No, I can't whistle.
Well, that would explain a lot.
Yeah.
No two people can whistle with the exact same tone. And I'm talking not even like close to being audibly the same. So if you're like whistle a G and you pull out a fucking tuner and you get really close to G and have somebody try to match what you're doing, never gonna happen. It'll always be
all the dissonance in there.
dumb shit you learn in music theory.
It's an incredible stuff you learn. A lot of useless sometimes. Great stuff.
That is my life to a T. If you want to talk about like a stack of useless knowledge, like shit that's never going to be pertinent unless you're talking about some random ass conversation, that's my life all the way around. All the way around. You ever done it? No, but I got all this info on it.
I have no knowledge personally, but
But
all the facts, I've heard them.
I've stayed at a Holiday Inn once. Oh, see, that just shows my age again. I'm feeling particularly old today. I don't know why. I was feeling all curmudgeon this morning, and like it has just kind of been wearing through to my whole day.
Maybe it's the lack of the woods.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it is the lack of the woods. Needing to center and ground is always something I lack. Oh, my guy. I was just gonna chug this.
He was sitting over there. I was like, oh, I should bring that over
He
before we
went and got
start.
the ashtray for those that don't know what's going on. So, Fawn, do you have service?
Do what? What's up?
So, no. Okay, that answers that. I said, Fawn, do you have service? You
Service.
said, what?
Service.
What's my favorite or craziest tattoo travel story? Like the most painful, when you talk about your back experience in New York, it reminds me of the first time I went down to have Russ work on me. I had him work on my entire back. They laid out all the work and then all the blacks. Okay, now here's where we went wrong. We did test spot for, so I was and days before I went home, Russ worked on me. So he worked on me for 2 days, my entire back, shoulders to butt cheeks, side to side, entire back. And then I get in this little CRV that my buddies drive. I think ahead and have a buddy roll with and drive. So then I crawl in the CRV and it occurs to me, there's no way to comfortably sit in a car seat after you get tattooed, top to bottom, left to right. You can't like
Sure.
let one side. You can't lay on the other. You can't like scoot your butt off the seat. Like it just hurts no matter how you sit.
You just lay on your stomach and stick your legs in the air.
I could. We were in a CRV. I'm too long.
That's it.
We lay
So
the seat all the way down and put your face in the headrest.
that was pretty much all I could do was like curl up like a cat, face down, fetal position. It was awful. But then my
Aw.
butt was still touching things because my whole butt cheeks were tattooed also. So there's no comfortable anywhere. It was the worst. So lesson learned is that I would travel to Russ. He would then work on me. Then I would do my week guest spot. By the time I came home, I was mostly healed. So that was a change that we made, was to like tattoo, a few days of rest, a little bit of work, and then my travel back. But
See, that's super smart.
Yeah.
That's super smart. A moment to
But
recover.
I had to
Yeah,
learn
I
it the-
try to give myself at least a day.
I had to
Well,
learn
I mean, the best lessons are learned the hard way, Fawn.
Yeah.
Do you know why you remember? Because it sucked.
that's
The wonderful human being that I work with in the office the other day was like, "Hey, do you want me to do this for you?" And I had to look her dead in the face and go, "No, because if I don't do it, I'll never learn." And she thought I was being smart. Now I didn't say it all assholey like I just did right then, but like literally it was just like, no, like I gotta learn.
Yeah.
I'll struggle through it. Like I'll fucking figure it out. And man, you want to talk about instant panties in a wad? Just instant like And I was like, oh no, I didn't mean that because I didn't appreciate your knowledge and help. And
I
your-
just need to
your
struggle through
willingness
it.
to help. But if I don't struggle through it, I ain't never gonna learn.
Sure.
Gots to be the hard way.
Yeah, I've been trying to learn video editing doing that and just ramming my face into it, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does. It's awful.
That's how I learned
Honestly.
commercial estimating.
Yeah, because it's just so different from everything else to clip. I can clip stuff together, but making it smooth transitions, it's like that's where it goes way over my head. And I'm good with most computer things.
Right. See, unfortunately, I'm the young one. And I don't know how the fuck that happened, but like somehow I became the IT guy. And like, I'm not. I just figured out what the C drive was just the other day. I was like, oh, that's where all my shit is.
Hey,
Okay.
wait till you figure out you can change the letter.
But like, so now I've got all these like arbitrary responsibilities that fall under like, you know how to log in. It's like, why do I have to not be ancient? So part of me feels old, but then at the same time, I get stuck with all like the young people jobs, and they look at me like, "What? You don't know how to run a social media campaign?
No, I know how to turn the computer on and use it.
You're just lucky I show up."
I'd
Okay.
say social media campaigning is more in a marketing thing than it is tech.
Yes,
Or
yes,
IT.
yes, and no. The caliber of IT at the office I work at is change the password to the email again. I forgot it and couldn't remember how to log in.
See, I just get a password manager and I just remember the one password and then I just copy and paste it. And then I can have, strands of 30 characters in whatever fucking order it wants to go in.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I live my life as well. But I didn't get to design this system, so here we are. I was told on my first day that I should keep a notebook of the different passwords because we're logged into 1.5 billion different things.
Of course.
And I just kind of looked at her and I was like, how many passwords you got there? It's like, oh,
72.
a lot. And they're all fucking different. I'm like, my memory is way too short for that. I don't what? Can we just make them all like the same thing? Preferably like 5 fucking letters? No? Okay, never mind. So
What if I put a dollar sign in it? Will that help?
no, because you put it in a different spot. And my whole thought process was, you want me to take the information off of the computer where it automatically stores it, and you want me to write it down in this book that I'm never going to look at again. And then you expect this book to be where I get the information from? Like the computer's not in front of me that stores all this information for me. And I got this blank stare. Like, how will you look at the passwords if they're on the computer? Like my whole brain just melted. Sorry, I just went on a dumb tangent. Dumb one. People are old and it bothers me.
Just
I would agree with you on that though. It's scary sometimes.
Fun's trying to talk. I see her lips moving. What?
can you hear me?
I can't.
So I tried to think ahead and I made a teeny tiny itty bitty little password key that I taped to the keyboard. So hopefully do you see it? It's the tiniest little note. No binder needed. No binder.
It took me a
I do see it.
took me a second. I was like, it's in between the keys. I'm like, wait.
He's trying to push
Oh, right. I think I tried to push it at first. I was like, yeah, we'll do it.
Is that the
That's that password button,
It's that
right?
password
Yeah.
button.
She had it installed last week, right?
being old?
Yeah,
It's
gotten close.
So are you going down to Indy this weekend at all or no?
I'm gonna try to go down tomorrow. I'm sorry, on Saturday.
I'll be there on Saturday.
My days are all fucked up. But again, I have my child and she hasn't been feeling the best. And if she is still feverish, I do not want to bring her in public. Last I heard, she felt great.
That's good, though.
She felt great before we were supposed to camp too. So my plan is to go to Indy. Yes. But please don't hate me if I don't make it.
Well, hopefully she's doing all right.
That's my thing too. As long as she's cool, we should be able to go. We're probably going to come down earlier in the morning on Saturday and try to get in and see everybody and then hang out for the show. And probably take off probably around dinner time. That way we're not totally killing her day as well.
Right.
Little baby in the car for all day isn't the best.
Not
How long
necessarily.
is the drive, Fawn?
Well, we've got a giant U-Haul trailer behind us. I think this one's big enough for 2 queen beds.
Nice.
I think it's like 2.5 hours from Columbus.
That's not bad.
It's not too bad.
And for those of you who don't know, that was a prostitution joke.
Twas.
Yeah.
Because sex rings and U-Hauls.
Hey, all it takes is one time.
How quickly that worked its way into our commonplace vernacular.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna die. Give me a second.
After spending four days traveling to Ohio from California, no drive seems long for me now.
Yeah.
Everything seems so small.
Where in California are you from? Where were you living?
Yeah, it's a town called Camarillo. It was like an hour north of LA.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome.
So like Ventura area towards the beach.
I've got family in Santa Maria, which is nowhere near a beach. And I had, well, it's an hour from, but I had no idea when we went to visit them because in your brain as a kid, you're like, everybody in fucking California lives on the beach.
Yeah.
Duh. And we got there and like, there was nothing cool.
It's you know what? It's not as exciting as everyone makes it sound.
I had Beach Boy dreams, man. You know,
If you live in a beach town, there it is. But like
nope.
most of it's just hills and desert, mountains.
I was like, so like, what are you guys known for? And they're like, tri-tip. They're not hillbillies in California, but I make everybody like, just so we're clear. They're like tri-tip, and I'm like fucking brisket. They're like, no, it's got 3 points. And I'm like, so the last piece of brisket.
I don't even know what it is.
It's fucking brisket, but they season it special.
Ah, the 3 ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Funny, buddy. And I was super disheartened. I remember getting there like, I wanted palm trees and like fucking Baywatch, and none of that happened.
Yeah, you gotta go a little more coastal for that. My town was probably like 10-minute drive away from the ocean at all points. It was like in the center of like all these mountains,
Nice,
right in the bottom valley.
nice.
Yeah. So it was a cool little place, but it's just for me.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't traveled enough to know what is for me. And I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I've pretty much lived within a half hour of every place I've ever lived my entire life. And I lived in Chillicothe, but I didn't even make it a year. That's about an hour from here. That was the furthest. And I literally just went down to work. So it was a weird, like, knew I wasn't staying there, found like the shittiest place I could that was just the cheapest place I could that met the bare minimums of the requirements.
It's a place to live where I can shower and do my business.
Kinda. There was a roof.
Okay.
Correct.
There was a roof.
For the toilet. But it was one of those, like, I knew it was temporary, so I never made it home. I never made an attempt to make friends. I never I made friends at work, don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Never did anything in the town, never went to a fair, a festival, a carnival, a park, like, nah. So I feel like I need to get out there and see some things.
I've been checking out the metro parks out here. I've been riding by them on my bike in the mornings, and it's beautiful, like along the river there too.
So I'm a park junkie. I don't know if you know that.
I do not.
I know an insane amount of information about the park systems.
Okay.
You mentioned that you have a bicycle.
Yes.
Look up the Ohio Greenways. It's Googleable. It's ran by the Parks Department. And it's essentially, Ohio is one of the few states that has taken time and effort to convert a lot of like old railroad pass-throughs and things along those lines. And they have created a web of bicycle trails.
Oh, nice. What'd you say it was?
Ohio Greenways. And I'm talking, you can go from Lake Erie to Dayton on this thing. Like, it goes all over the place. It spider webs all over town. You can literally get on a bicycle right here and go up to 670 and catch the bike path and go all the way downtown to the other side of downtown onto Hilliard, or go all the way out to the east side, all the way out by mine and Dirk's house. Houses. We don't live together, people. I don't want to make a false fucking weird statement here.
Yeah. I'm not at that stage of bike riding yet, but I will definitely check it out at some point.
More of just the possibilities of
Right.
where and what you can do.
Yeah, no, that's amazing to see, because like having bicycle routes is very valuable.
Yeah.
Especially for a large city.
And most of the streets have a dedicated bicycle lane.
Yeah.
And Fantastic lent me one of her bicycles. And I have been attempting to not be such a fat ass. Very poorly, but attempting. So if you're ever bored and you're like, hey, I want to make this machine go by the power of my legs.
Okay.
And we'll take you to some cool spots, because I know some of them that are a little more off the beaten trail that we can hang out.
Cool. Yeah. I got just like this like cheapy little bike. It was actually free off the side of the road.
The best ones.
Yeah. Well, I checked it out too. It was like a mountain bike that was like kind of rusted and tires were like blown out on it, but it worked.
Right.
Everything was fine. The only thing, it just didn't have a kickstand, which that's not an issue.
Yeah, it's already rusted.
Yeah.
Good shit.
So actually,
So I just spray painted it black.
point of safety. After being a bicycle technician for many years of my early 20s, the kickstand is the most dangerous part on a bicycle.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you should always remove the kickstand, because if you are in a wreck, whether it's a mountain bike or a road bike, that kickstand is what you're more likely to get impaled on your lower legs than anything. The next most dangerous part is the brake lever handle. But kickstands, if your bike doesn't have a kickstand, call it a victory.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay.
First.
I used to race BMX bikes on dirt track when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And you always knew the guys that raced and compared to the guys that didn't, because the guys that were there from mom and dad's house all had kickstands. That was he didn't even know he's done. He's still got a fucking kickstand on his bike.
See, I rode a BMX bike as a kid, but I didn't take it to a track or anything. I was like, yeah, I'll ride from one side of town to the other with it.
Yeah.
And it was the worst decision I've ever made.
I raced one track. It was the same track, and it happened to be within riding distance from my parents' house at a city fucking park.
Gotcha.
Never did I do a circuit, but you had to get like a license to be able to race that track. So it was like you had to become a member of the NBL, which was like bicycle league or some dumb shit like that. So I was technically registered, but I only raced that track. 'Cause my parents were traveling. We weren't going anywhere. If they were having a specific event there, I'd pay the $15 and run the course. But like,
I'm not gonna travel for it.
no, my parents aren't doing shit on a Saturday.
Unless you're gonna ride
Church
your
is-
bike out there.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, if you can get there, you can go. That's fine. So it was always a blast, but racing the track we raced all the time against people wasn't fair to them. Like it super wasn't fair. Like
Right.
to the point where they were like, stop.
I mean, there's only so many people. You can't sanction it too much.
Yeah, good times. Good times. But yes, I would love to bicycle. Let me know.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I've got fawns. I don't even have one.
They're pretty luxurious. I got to.
They are. The first time I took LB in the cart, I got a full behind cart. I was like, oh, I might make it through this.
Yeah.
We might make it all the way to the park. All
It's
right.
not- Got a machine that doesn't work against you, and that's the thing with like good engineering versus like that'll do. You get a well-engineered machine, it works with you, and your job is more easy and more enjoyable. But when you've got like, let's say, a mountain bike and you're trying to ride it on like paved trails, oh, you're gonna have a hard day. It's not gonna be fun, my friend.
Yeah,
Is that why my city bike ride on my mountain bike is not fun?
probably.
I can help you make it funner, more fun.
Funner. Let it ride.
I've at least just been enjoying the scenery, but I mean, I'm also just kind of out of shape, so maybe it's probably that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's in bicycle shape unless they
Oh my
ride
God.
bicycles every day. So the guy that tattooed 3 of the 4 of my limbs, Mr. Dan Wesley, West Dog out of Body Language, when he retired, left to go fit custom triathletes bicycles. That was his like next business adventure. And I'm like, does it really make that big of a difference, bro? And he's like, you want to hear how much they're paying me to do it?
Dude,
I was like, oh,
bikes are so expensive.
okay. Not only would he sell you the bike, but then he'd put all the electrodes and put you in front of a wind tunnel on a machine and a computer that told him how to move what and how to get the proper mechanics out of the leverage of the size of your leg. And
That sounds fun though.
But
Just to
here's-
do it once.
All
You
right.
got those bikes that you're talking about, like they start off at about 16 grand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the starting point.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, my Cadillac CTS puts about 340 horsepower to the fucking wheels. Then it cost me 16 grand. And I just push the fucking pedal and it goes chirp, chirp, and
It was just,
if you're telling me I need to spend $16,000 on something that my legs have to run, you can't.
well, I mean, different strokes, different folks. Here's the thing that I love is when you see the $16,000 time trial bike strapped on top of a 1989 Honda Accord with mismatched fenders.
Well, yeah, because priorities, duh.
Of course. Well, we're here to ride the bike, not the car. Come on now.
Most of any given time that I have both of my bikes in a vehicle together, I think they're worth more than the vehicle they're in.
That's probably fair.
I don't
Yeah.
think I have both of my bikes in a vehicle that's outvalued
But-
the bike.
You got bougie bikes.
They're not even that bougie. I mean, okay,
shut
this,
the fuck up. You couldn't even say that with a straight face. That bougie is the argument you went with.
the Trek 7.6 with bladed spokes and double wall, that bougie. It is like 6 years old, maybe older now.
Age does not define the quality of something. Poor people know that really well.
Well, some people might look at my bicycles and be like, those aren't even carbon fiber. And I'll be like, yeah, but it's the Alpha 1 aluminum. And they're going to be like,
See,
It's a big scary.
they're not even that bougie. They've got fucking space grade aluminum on them.
they're only earth grade aluminum. They're not space
Oh.
grade aluminum.
Oh.
They're better than the aluminum that I have on my bicycle. Oh, that's none. That's none.
Savannah woke up. Hi. Derb's in the passenger seat. He's gonna be napping.
Cheetos.
Munchies.
Taking it in
Hey,
turns.
hey, Bubby, did you hide any snacks in the shop? I'm just curious.
Did hide your
Snickers
bag?
bar.
There's
I still have a. It's here somewhere.
It's in my office.
granola
I
bar,
cut you off.
a coffee maker. Did you hear that? Did you hear us?
Yes, granola bars by the coffee maker.
Okay.
Do you
I
see the
was-
love coming at you?
I was afraid you got frozen. Savannah got
You've
honked at.
got.
These foreigners driving jeeps around like they own the whole country.
There was no one around me when I started turning.
By the way, the
Get him,
foreigners joke
Savannah.
restricted only to Savannah. I like foreigners. I like Savannah too, but she happens to be the one.
And the hole she keeps digging. The hole she keeps digging. Oh. I should have stopped talking.
Oh, wait, he's doing what?
She's gonna gun
I'm
it.
just
We have a slightly larger trailer than usual too.
Yeah.
So
I've
so
never driven
Jeepsy.
this.
Derb, do you call your Jeep Jeepsy? What do you call this thing?
Marley.
Marley.
oh, shit.
A lot of weed in her.
So Marley isn't liking the bigger trailer as much.
Well,
Not
yeah,
saying
I could see that.
I'm not saying she's hating it, but we've also been on like nonstop, super bumpy construction roads. I don't know if you can tell by the jitteriness of my camera work.
I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out there. Your camera work has been superb for
Yeah.
jeeping it up.
Looking
I'm
good.
just, I'm proud of you, to be honest with you. I thought I was gonna have to stare off into the distance and not watch it, so I didn't puke all over fucking Kyle here. But yeah, we're Gucci good.
Well, that would have been a bonding experience then.
What if we became closer? That's for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if he would have liked it or not, but closer is.
Well, it'll have to happen for me to find out.
We're not gonna get there. Fawn's doing good. See, Fawn's doing. At least it's still nice out. Yep.
It is.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have been able to see it, but off in the distance, there's been a super nice like color study coming through the clouds that I've been watching. It's been some like, yeah, it's been like dramatic light rays, but they've had this like the slightest peach tone to them with a cool gray blue behind it. Like, they're the kind of things, Kyle, that once we get to go on a couple road trips together, I'm going to be like, look at that over there. And I'm going to be pointing out crazy color theory principles, but like in real life. It
That
gets
sounds awesome then.
gets so fun. Or maybe I'm like slightly autistic and colors just set me off.
No, it's someone that sees the art and the beauty of nature.
Yeah.
Baby's mama has a thing for sunsets, and I'm talking like anytime the sun went down, she'd be like, oh my God, look outside, the sun, it's coming down. And I'm like, yep, it happens every day. I'm kind of close to about the same time of day.
But the colors are very nice.
Every time, bro.
Colors are beautiful
Oh
sometimes.
my God.
I'm usually never outside when it's sundown. So anytime I am, I'm like, oh, well,
I'm a
let me
big
take
fan.
5 seconds to appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
You look like you're in the middle of corn-fed land.
We are. This is welcome to the Midwest.
Welcome to the Midwest.
Oh,
There's a bunch of speed rap that happens after that part that I'm not going to try to do.
Oh,
Oh,
we're-
look at you.
we're- kind of. We're coming up to a church. Derb's making filthy jokes. That's how it happens. That's how it happens.
Yep. I love driving down through the South because you're just like, church, different kind of church, different kind of church.
I experienced that coming up
The
here.
first kind of church. And how many different kinds of Baptists are there? Because, like, I mean, okay, I guess it goes for every religion. There's like 9 billion little offshoots of it. Like, I just don't get it.
You know what always confuses me, and I get it, it's in their interest, but how do they have so much land? The buildings or the lots that they're on are always just like these massive open lots, and then everything else is tightly packed in together.
Yeah, that's called government funding because they don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
So like people just give them money and they're like, well, we gotta spend it on something. Land barons.
Don't you love the world we live in?
I do. It's an amazing place. It makes me not want to shoot myself in the face.
Agreed.
Yay, Midwest. I kind of want to just move down south as a fucking social experiment, to be honest with you. I was in Tennessee a couple months ago and literally had one of the hotel attendants stop and ask me if my parents were still proud of me. Or, she asked me if my parents still loved me in reference to the amount of tattoos that I had. And I was like, yeah, they got over it pretty quick, honey. Don't worry. And then I proceeded to have like the worst conversation I've ever had in my life with a human being in public for about 15 minutes. And it was amazing because by the end of it, my eggs were cold and I just threw my plate in the fucking trash can and started over. So it was a good time. And she felt dumb. That's always my favorite is when you can finish a conversation and just smile and look at somebody and be like, you get life. So you kind of want to just go down there and let like the most freak flag fly possible. I'm not the most exuberant person, but I think I could push the limits. I don't know, like buy some Speedos and hit up, like Georgia. Just see what happens.
Are you gonna be in the Speedo 24/7 or?
I'm just saying, like they just,
Okay, just in case.
just in case.
Sure.
Just saying, branch out, try something fun, different, new, and just see what happens.
Yeah, take the dive. Go full 100.
I'm not that cool. I'm not. But I really think it would be fun because I don't know if I would either be shocked at the amount of people that were actually accepting open and polite, or if I would just be like, yup, told you. And I'm super curious.
I think it's a little A and B.
I'm super curious. The people that brought me into this world moved down to Savannah for a while. And I was like, maybe I should just go and see what happens. See, everybody's just, well, what happened? What? There's like a little pterodactyl on the other side. And I always just kind of wanted to go down and visit just to.
Never mind. Not important. Carry on.
Okay.
Carry on.
You're just like, we get every 16th word and then you get a sentence. And then we're going to have a sentence. So I'm not trying to ignore you. It's just hard to follow.
It's okay. I just thought it was funny that you referred to the parental units as the people that brought you into the world.
They did. That was their job.
That is their role.
I like to list their
People that brought me into
accomplishments.
the world.
I just, I like to list their accomplishments. So we start with that.
Sure. The biggest accomplishment.
Here,
Good one.
they didn't let me die.
Something.
I wasn't fat until I was older. They didn't let that happen. I don't know. Let's just leave it at that. But yeah. Kind of wanted to go down to Georgia and just kind of hang out for a bit.
You can work at a Chuck E. Cheese over there.
Ooh. You think they'd hire me?
Yeah. I've heard stories of like some Chuck E. Cheese California workers of like them being like super shady, owning like a hookah bar and shit. Yeah.
So what you're saying is there's a market for kids' birthday parties.
Yeah. Lucrative business.
I've actually the guy that I work with and I have been sitting around thinking about lucrative ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody's got the banger, hit me up. But we've been talking about things like hood cleaning services and MEP services and things that we can do and start up inexpensively. And now that I'm thinking about it, you know how cheap it would be to have a venue in comparison to a traditional business, right?
Yeah.
So like just an event space.
I would go over well.
Well,
Yeah.
I was a chef and catering and things like that. And they were spending, $1,100, $1,200 a night on the weekday to rent a room for 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that doing that a few times a month wouldn't make the place profitable.
Own real estate, baby.
I think I'm going to pitch that one next.
Just get a
Fawn,
warehouse.
let's open up a banquet hall. Fawn's not my boss. I'm just throwing her in the loop.
You know, pros and cons with that. There's pros and cons with that.
Pros and cons.
You're gonna probably gonna need a multi-million-dollar umbrella insurance policy in addition to the
Done.
insurance policies that people that utilize your facility will need to have.
You know what that's called? A
In
really
addition to the
good
cost of
fucking
the
waiver.
building.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that's one of those things that you like. It can get expensive for a big facility like that.
Yeah.
Not to be a naysayer, I'm just saying these are the things that would need to be like
No,
checks
no.
and balance weighed out.
You know what's funny is you know exactly how my brain works. I start at May and work backwards. I'm like, this is a thing. Why does it suck? If we can make it past all the objections, that's the true salesman in me, to be honest with you, because your job as a salesman is not to hear yes, it's to get through the no's.
Sure.
That's your job. You need to qualify and move through people to get to the people that want what you're selling, right? So like anytime I look at anything, I look at all the things that could be wrong first, and it's actually kind of default. Like all this shit's gonna be fucked up before we even start. I don't even want to be friends with you. Sorry. So
Yeah, there's a skill in being able to pick that out, though. You know.
yes and no. There's also can be detrimental.
Yeah.
But at the same tone, that's how I look at anything, any business opportunity, any job, anything. I start backwards. I'm like, you know what would be really cool? This not sucking because all these things are gonna go wrong. Or I could just enjoy the things that I like about something.
That was.
And then
That's a different combination.
We just passed a Korean Baptist church. Conversation. I just want to throw that out there.
what makes it
Those are common in California.
what makes it different other than there being separatists?
The sign. It had Korean.
It's in Korean. The whole sign's in Korean.
So okay.
It had like Korean on top, and then like whatever Korean Baptist church below it.
There was a church down the street from
Just
my
talking
old
about
place that had a Korean church, or at least a Korean section of it.
The Korean Baptist Church.
You just
In
don't know
Indiana.
in Indiana. Next to the cornfield. I just don't
Right.
like is there a different Korean Bible other than it's written in Korean? Is there finer points that are different? Is Jesus himself now Korean? I don't like what
You know, this is the point, because every translation of the Bible gets a little bit different, because like now there are direct translations from Aramaic to English. So they're not like from, Aramaic and Hebrew to what they go to Latin to Greek to English. So now there are Bibles that are just translated directly to English. So maybe going from like the traditional languages to Korean, maybe some of the translations are different and it could be taught differently. I don't know. King James messed all it up. That's a whole other story though. Can you hear us? Did you lose me? Did I lose you?
I've got a lot of buttons, that's for sure.
Can you hear us?
There we go. I think that.
I hit a button that I thought was going to do a thing that it didn't do. I meant to mute my line and I accidentally hit the A, which is a recorded sound. And I know that, but then I couldn't make it stop. And then like in trying to make it stop, I made it say a bunch of weird stuff. And then I thought maybe if I hit the pause button, it'll pause the sound. And no, what it did was it started some random ass recording that's on here about pushing that button. And I thought you were, and he was telling me about pushing the button. It was a whole lot of confusing. And if anybody was just paying attention, my bad.
We couldn't hear it at all. You were just quiet for a second.
Awesome. Good.
No.
So for future reference, it's this guy.
Yeah, I've done it just a billion times. I just wasn't thinking and tried to glance up and do it.
It's okay.
Just suck at life.
Okay, we're gonna spend a day, and you guys are gonna help me program 3 more sounds on those buttons, and then you'll know exactly what is where.
There, I was pressing some buttons earlier, and there was like an applause and a drum roll.
Yeah, there's some weirdness on there.
Yep.
At one point, I used to know what they were. And I used to be like, practice of using the switcher as well. I just haven't paid attention in a while. I've kind of had the luxury of not having to fuck with it. And I got all cocky and thought I could do some shit. And I was just pushing the wrong buttons.
It's all
I'm
right. It
sorry.
happens to the best of us. The first
Happens.
ones are theme music. The other ones I haven't changed what they're programmed to yet. So like if you want to throw on some theme music that fades in lightly at the beginning, you can. If you want. Like when we wrap
No.
up, hit that.
I
We could have
okay.
or
We can do
tear it.
that.
Well, people watch weirdly as we tear.
You're weird. Enjoy these sounds.
Brought to you by the Tattoo Collecting Podcast.
I mean, we could have 4 different songs. We could have like an intense action jingle. We could have like the
Something sad.
heartfelt, like
Yeah.
you know how like church events, they always have the random guy on stage with an acoustic guitar and he's just like strumming a C and a G and a D in weird orders and random strumming patterns, but very slowly and softly for like hours and hours. We could make it sound like that. That's just like the background music.
That's called letting the spirit move you. It's really just the bridge repeated, but like, yeah.
Sometimes I try to
No one
get
else will know.
fancy.
It's okay.
Sometimes. I'm on board. We know a few musicians. We know some people that make noise. We could probably get some recorded, non-incorporated sounds that weren't trash.
I have amassed all the equipment and everything else we would need to record said sounds with high quality.
Yeah.
We decide to do that.
You know what the best thing about recording acoustic guitar is? If it sounds a little bit shitty, you just call it rustic. They're like, man, that's a real rustic, like wholesome, like fucking sounds, man. Like, yeah, it was a tin can in a fucking garage. Sounds great.
Yeah.
People love that shit.
It's got a heartfelt meaning to it. You know, you can feel it. Yeah.
There's a time and a place. Everybody likes the rustic music every now and then.
Yeah, prison's tough.
That is true.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Saw your lips move, but there was no words.
Listening to Cervena Drive. I'm listening to their commentary as well.
Yeah, you're robot-y, so I'm just going to cut you off and tell you to sit there. Sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't know what to say. So I said, don't rock face me. So I started following this group on the Book of Faces, and I won't say what it is because it's pretty awesome. And I don't want to ruin it. But it is like Scratcher Central. Okay. And essentially it's all these people that are local that are like, check out this shit I just did in my kitchen, bro. It is so badass. And it's a bunch of other people that are local being like, you should probably put some disinfectant on that. It's a riot. It is my new favorite thing to do. And I am bringing this up because I want to start something with Fawn's permission. And I'm throwing it at her live on air, unscripted, no pre-talk. I want a 10-minute blip of Ben's shitty tattoo of the week. It doesn't have to be mine. It's just shitty tattoo of the week. Okay.
Something you want to bring and show to the
This
table.
is something I want to bring to the table to explain to people why this is not good.
We'll get you a little intro song too.
Bro, and then we can just be like, do you see why this sucks? If your artist has a portfolio full of this, don't call him your artist. Can we do it? Can we do it?
I'm totally down to do it as long as we're taking it off of like pages and stuff. Like, I'm a sucker for sucky tattoos and snake.
No names.
Yeah,
no
as long-
artist names, no collector name, no shame except
Yep.
for the shitty artwork.
Just the image.
Can we just agree that it's not to hurt feelings, but to educate the public on what not to do? And I'm gonna be real mean.
Absolutely. There's one of those things where, like, when I'm fixing a tattoo or somebody, even a tattoo that's just old, sometimes they're not even necessarily badly done, they're just kind of outdated, but like sometimes it's really hard to like put into words for a lot of people, like what makes this tattoo different from that tattoo. And I think if we could actually like sit and like, yeah, we can laugh and make fun of the really bad stuff, but like we can actually like thoughtfully talk about why this is bad and what little changes could be made to like prevent that kind of stuff from happening. But at the end of the day, some people like bad tattoos. They like being able to go get something that they paid $35 for. They don't care if it heals well because it's for me. And I know what it means.
I get that. And I've said it before. If you're in Myrtle Beach and you want this shitty fucking blown out goddamn palm tree, and that's what you're after, I support that goddamn decision. But if you go to your homie and you're like, bro, let me get that Jesus face, and he drops like Michael Jackson on you, you know, kind of, yeah. His little teeth is all up. You know, you guys have seen it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Crown of Thorns looks like so like,
Is that a crown of thorns or is that some curly fries?
is that blood or Jesus got jello on his face? I can't tell. I can't tell.
His hair's looking a little crazy today.
No crunchy. Yeah, I think that there would be at least several moments of entertainment brought to us by El Crapo Tattoo. Can we call it El Crapo Tattoo?
Sure, that sounds like a fantastic segment type.
You're fucking throwing up W's all day today, all day. El Crapo Tattoo. Your silence makes it that much worth it.
I approve. I think that's something we definitely have.
Yes. I'm a big fan. I
talked to you about this yet?
Say who what?
I kind of want to get a Sucky Panther. Have I talked to you about this yet?
A Sucky Panther? Like now the actual Sucky Panther?
Yeah. I think I need like
the
actual Sucky Panther, like a little one. I don't have a lot of real estate, but I think I need to get a little Sucky Panther.
I got you covered for that.
Yeah, I think we can make that happen. Now, do you want it to be a well-tattooed, pristine example of a well-laid shitty panther? Or do you just want a tatty blaster?
I want a masterpiece Sucky Panther. I don't even
You want
know
the masterpiece Sucky Panther. I'm reading your lips here. That's what I read. Masterpiece Sucky Panther.
Yep.
I'm good at this. I'm in 1000%. The problem I see here is finding a high resolution shitty panther to be able to use. Or are you going to let your artist take artistic creativities in how the shitty panther is colored and laid out? Or do you want it to be that faded blasty red that kind of just like drifts into like that cloud that's really just negative space that's supposed to be solid?
You know the Sucky Panther I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The Sucky Tattoos Instagram page, they've got the Sucky Panther that like it started out as a really badly done panther tattoo, and now it's become this viral, like there are Bart Simpson versions of Sucky Panthers. They're like chrome version of Sucky Panthers. There's Sucky Panther with like an Elvis hairdo and sunglasses, like a greaser Sucky Panther.
Monday malarkey type of thing.
Yeah, Monday malarkey stuff.
Yeah.
Dip and rip.
Dip and rip. Big fan.
Yeah, I think like I said, I don't have a lot of real estate, so it could only be like maybe the size of like $2 silver or maybe a little larger than that. But yeah, I think I need to get one sometime. tuck it right next to my bacon strip.
There you
Can
go.
it be like trying to bite the bacon strip?
Well, my bacon strip is right next to my Pizza Steve, so it could be like a Sucky Panther and a smorgasbord of crazy snacks.
I'm seeing your plan, and I'm digging it.
It's a good one. Yeah.
The real question, Fawn. The real question.
What's
Who's
the
going to be
real-
laying this masterpiece down?
Maybe I'll have Kyle do it once he finishes his apprenticeship.
There we go.
That's a lot of pressure, bro.
You think I don't have enough pressure on me
That's
already?
a lot of pressure.
I work with Guy. There's constant pressure on me.
Well, when you start at the top,
Yeah.
Sorry, I got the cotton's chops.
It's only
I need
permanent.
It's only permanent. Well, I mean, we can't even really say that anymore. Speaking of, what's the name of the laser tattoo clinic? I gotta get some shit blasted off me.
Is it Medicine? Is that what the place we recommend is called?
Something like that.
It starts with an M.
Cards are on the front table.
Yeah,
It starts with an M.
Hey, Derb, what's the name of the laser treatment place we recommend? Medicine? Is that it? Medicine. I was right. It's called Medicine. That's-
Medicine.
Yep, they use Pico Shore lasers, which are the like higher tech, like more dialed in, precise lasers.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get some shit blasted.
You think you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, take a card from the front desk, or talk to me and Derb when we're not on air. We'll get you squared away.
I don't want covers. I need them gone.
What are you trying to blast off?
I mean, we're just gonna go remove some tattoos. I got some things that means. We'll figure it out. But that is a question I get asked all the time. And I knew that the Pico Shore laser was the place to recommend, and anybody using that equipment is the highest success rating of any other removal. I actually used to do tattoo removal, and should have used that opportunity. So, but I never did. But until recently, I've never really wanted it off my body. And now I really want it off my body. Like I really want it off my body. So I'm probably going to try to figure that out here in the near future. But like, I get that question all the time. Who would you recommend to do this cover up? And I'm like, a fucking laser machine. Because that is how many layers? How many layers? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. That's a cover up of a cover up of a cover up. That's a black mandala. You don't lie to me. Like I've seen that black rose before in my life, and underneath it was probably a racial slur. No, I'm just kidding.
Only in rare circumstances.
It's not there. Little Fawn just laugh.
What we should actually do now that I'm thinking about it and we're talking about it, we should actually have like a specific like tattoo removal episode where we could maybe Derb would be down to join us for a little bit and talk about some of his experience sometime with laser removal. Derb's had
Derb has had a shit ton of laser work done.
See, here we go. You can get your laser work, and then we can have the special episode where you guys talk.
Okay.
You're like, oh, I wasn't serious.
Why are you thinking about me? No, I'm getting this shit laser, but I don't want to talk about. We can make it work. No, Derb has had an insane amount of laser work done to be able to recollect. So has Todd. And I too that Todd's playing poker in the Las Vegases right now. And I hope he plays well. But yeah, that would be a topic I think a lot of people would be interested in, because not everyone starts their collection at the top. Some people's access to tattoos, especially when they're young, when I was at the 18, 19 years old, the availability of shops even was like, there were 6. There were 7 or 8, but you didn't know all of them because they didn't advertise, and you had to know somebody to be able to get tattooed there. You couldn't just walk in. You couldn't walk in off the street and be like, I want a tattoo. They'd be like, ha ha, fuck off. Until you came with somebody back that was like, hey, this is my friend. he wants a tattoo from you, and I was wondering if that was okay with you. It's like the fucking mafia. I hate it.
You
It was
gotta
weird.
times. You got to know the secret password. You got to know the handshake.
Yeah, yeah, and you had to know to look them in the eye. You gotta
Don't
look 'em
look
in the
at
eye.
Look at
Or
the
don't
floor.
know. Look at the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess it depended on which one you went to.
You make eye contact, it's over.
It's over. Normally,
You're
when I-
dead after that point.
or they fall in love and you're stuck.
No movement.
Yeah, that happens. That means more tattoos.
That's right. So like it was not everyone starts at the top, you know what I mean? Not everybody had access to the higher end tattooers. And I'm not saying that I don't love every single fucking tattoo that I have, except the ones that I want to get lasered off my body right now. Because I like the classic look of what I have, but the fine art, the realism, the availability of pigments, and all that wasn't the same as it is now. I thoroughly enjoy having the color palettes available that are now, as comparison to 10, 15 years ago. You know, like the game has completely fucking changed. And you know, when I talk about mad respect to the collectors that will go the extra mile to remove their less favorable tattoos to add the latest and greatest and newest available things. I think that's sweet. I think that's real sweet. Not a lot of people have that kind of drive. But like, especially in Todd and Derb's case, they were like, no, I just want new, bolder, brighter, better stuff that wasn't available when they first started their collection. So like, I get it. I love Mike. So I'm always super curious in the thought process behind doing that. Dexter, a good friend of the shop, is also in that same category, has had a ton of stuff lasered off to go get tattooed by Guy. And it blows my mind. I love it.
I was watching videos of that the other day, going through the backlog, for the
Yeah.
reinventing.
Yeah. Dexter's had a lot of guy work as well. Yeah, I would love to do a good episode on that. Not that we necessarily need to plug anybody, but we can plug the shop that we work with here locally if we all agree that it's the same place. Not that we just didn't do it, but like
The Medicine is the name of the shop, and I'm under the impression that's like what they specialize in, rather than being like a cosmetic procedure kind of place that happens to do laser removal as well. That's what this place does. And I think one of the things that's really important to mention about laser removal, you know, without getting into the like highly scientific conversation about it, is laser removal in itself is just as much of an art as the application of the tattoo to begin with. Like a good practitioner or a good technician or a good doctor or whoever is doing it, there's almost like an intuition to know which minerals are being used for which colors, to then know which frequency to set the laser to bust those particles up to small enough pieces that your body can filter them out. So It's one of those things where, like, you know, you want to make sure they're using the Pico Shore lasers because that's the best, highest quality laser. But like, just like with a high quality tattoo machine, I could hand Ben a top of the line Cheyenne pen, and he'd be better off using it as a hammer than a tattoo machine. Like,
I would lay down magic, and you know it.
You would lay down magic, Ben, but it might not look like magic.
It might be a magical turd.
It'd be the Ben magic.
But it's just one of those things, like, just because a practitioner goes out and buys the equipment, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do the best job capable or the best job possible to work that equipment in the best way. So, like, you know, there's not everybody is created equal. Like, there is to it, and there is a little bit of a finesse to it. So when there's somebody good, that's who we recommend them, like, because we have trust that they're gonna do the best job with what's possible.
I've made the same comparison to people that shouldn't have fast cars. Just because your car goes fast doesn't mean you have the skill to drive it fast.
Right. Yeah.
And that's how we get in a lot of trouble. Like these people buy these over horsepowered vehicles that they have no idea what real traction actually is. And it's sad and scary. And it's like, you would have been better off driving a slow car fast. Balls out, pedal down.
Yeah.
And it would be more fun, and you'd probably reach about the same speeds than a super fast car.
Well, it's
Slow.
If you give a good driver a turd of a car, they can outdrive a fool in a Lamborghini any day.
Correct. It's the skill over equipment. A real pool player can grab a house cue and wipe the floor with you. And if you hand a new pool player a moochie, they don't know how to appreciate the finite details. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same.
Same distinctions. Same, only different. We're getting close, guys. It looks like we're 10 minutes from the venue.
Bump, bump, bump,
All right.
bump, 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 bump.
The last time Derb and I were on the road together and I was getting all excited to join you, we were like, okay, I'm going to be to the venue in a few. Go ahead and start the show. You guys started the show and we got there and I was like, wah, wah. Fortunately, that's not going to happen this time. Everybody, great show.
I'm glad that we got the banter rolling before you were like, I'm not gonna show nothing. Because last time J Doggy and I were sitting there like, okay, so this whole show is gonna be about this convention and it's about to be sweet.
And then it wasn't. No, this will be a good show. Last year was Chris' first time putting the show on, and he did a great job. This year, it's a little bit bigger, and he's shown me some of the new decorations and stuff that he's been working on. So, like, everything that was already good last year, he's kind of, like, leveled it up already on his second show. Oh, he's sold out in 2 hotels this year. 2 hotels.
Yeah, you did. Knowing Chris the little bit that I do, I know that he's not sleeping on anything, and he's a grinder, man. Like he's one of those people that make you feel lazy after the conversation you have with him. You're like, man, I just kind of work my 8 hours a day and go to sleep, you know, like, fuck, bro. You did all that today? Like today, and you're still, it's still like sun's up. Like, what? People like that blow my mind.
Then we'll be like, I still got 5 shops to visit tonight.
Right. And I'm still working. I
got a tattoo to do later.
I don't get people that got that kind of drive, that can balance that many things, juggle that many balls, wear that many hats. Like, nope. I don't think I was put on this world, or this words. I don't think I was put on this earth to work.
There you go.
So I don't get the people that have that, like, I build houses. I wake up at 5 a.m. and I work till the sun goes down, and then I might get dinner. Like, that makes no sense to me. I don't get satisfaction out of that.
Sounds like a long day on the rooftops.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
sounds fucking miserable.
A little bit, yeah.
Sounds dumb. I've had a million manual labor jobs. I don't mean to sound like an entitled prick, but yeah, I don't get
They
people
wear
that-
on you.
Yeah, I don't get that satisfaction. I don't understand a hard day at work. I'm like, man, they're fucking lucky they're paying me. Like, that's the only that's the satisfaction I get, is the paycheck on Friday. I don't get the people that are like, well earned. I sweated for my dinner today. Too much easier. I think life would be so much simpler if all I had to worry about was where I was going to sleep and if I had to eat. Like, if I could just go straight like Hobbit, just murder squirrels with rocks, you know, I think shit would be simpler. You ever refinanced a house? It's a pain in the fucking ass. Real life is stupid. Just build a house out of sticks, sleep under the stars. Fuck it.
One day it'll be worth something.
No.
As it'll be part of the historic parts.
Sure. I honestly think if I didn't have a child, I'd probably live in the woods by myself right now at this point in my life. Like, having stuff is dumb. It's all just problems. All of it. I don't see the point anymore.
Become a hobbit to deal with your problems.
What?
You can't.
It's not a problem. It's a lifestyle change. You know what? Realizing that things aren't right is making changes. And if I'm like, fuck, this is dumb, I don't want to do it anymore, and the change has become a fucking habit, I think I'm making progress. It's called clear and fucking good mental health. Who cares if I live in a hole in the ground? I mean,
This is our buddy Ben, the tattooed hobbit.
yeah.
He's somewhat a mountain man now.
He's starting to lose his English a bit, but I'll talk to him.
Sometimes he charged his boost what's the word, burner phone on his solar panel. He's got 7 minutes worth of signal. Let's check in.
That's all he needs. That's all he needs.
Nah, fam. If I go, I'm gone. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to like Montana and go live with like the mountain men that like hunt rattlesnakes for a living. But then I realized like I'm not a quarter of a man it takes to live like that. And then it's like, damn.
You don't want to go be Appalachian mountain man?
I think it would be a blast for like 6 weeks. And then I think it would be just like everything else, a job.
Right.
I don't know. But I could be a mountain man. I would just need to live somewhere where the resources are plentiful.
I just need somewhere where it's all around me and I can for sure do it.
Right. Yeah. Like maybe just have people bring me stuff.
Maybe a
instead
Home
of
Depot
doing
too.
work.
Just a small one then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Make sure Amazon delivers there. I think it'd be easier. I really do. Fawn disagrees. She's shaking her head. She's like, I like my electrics and toilets.
I could live off grid, but if I was off grid, I would definitely have some clever comfort innovations and amenities for sure.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You would
like,
probably be on Smith Family Robinson. You'd have like all these weird contraptions made from bamboo that like fed you goldfish from the pond.
Totally have a whole bunch of simple machines built. There would definitely be some kind of like turbine powered by water. Of course, I'm going to live on a stream if I'm in the middle of the woods, and there's also going to be a waterfall nearby. So that's going to give me plenty of options to run electricity with a tiny little wheel in the water that's going to kick a little turbine that powers bigger generator. I already got that worked out in my head. Maybe I am going to live off grid one day. I don't know.
Boom. I'm taking friends with me.
It'll be like treehouse tatties. I'll be like, come on up, guys. And I'll like lower down my like hand-built bamboo elevator. And I'm powering it with my bicycle, my bougie bicycle that we were talking about.
Well, we gotta get to the woods somehow. Fuck. Oh, fine. Can we go be hobbits?
Jess is down. It's gonna be the three.
Yay.
Are you down, Kyle?
It's gonna be
I'll visit.
communes. He said, "I'll visit." Fucking crazy asses.
That ain't my kind of lifestyle.
I
He's like, I don't know if your tree fort generator is gonna power the RAM in my computer to do my work things.
Do we get to have second breakfast?
We can have all.
More. Y'all are responsible for your own food. That's all I'm saying. I'm fat.
You're not sharing your squirrels?
Nah, what it gets for me. I'm just.
It's all right. I'll
only-
just hike today with a bag of Chex Mix in my backpack.
I remember we were on the right hand side.
We parked here, but never.
Well, should we let you guys focus on getting in and getting settled and not being in your ear? 'Cause it sounds like you're getting pretty goddamn close.
We're there.
Yeah, we're about to pull in.
Yeah. Boom.
Excitement. Just be safe getting in and getting out. We'll leave you guys alone so you can do your things.
Oh, I was gonna stay on here till we get in and get a good walk around. I'm sure there's gonna be pipe and break.
I'm
All
positive.
right.
No, but you've been with me this
It's the
long,
suspense.
and at least get a little bit of a lay of the land before I jump off of here.
No, righteous. I just wanted you to have a moment to peruse before we're live.
a quick peruse through, and then I'll come out and get worried about getting unloaded and stuff.
I know that, I think we unloaded back there last year. So we had to check in.
People with tattoos walking around already.
You know what I would do? I would just try it. I would pull up to the concierge in the pull through and just drop the tailgate and be like, yeah, guys, all my stuff is in the trailer. It goes to the ballroom. Get your little carts and see how that plays. You never know unless you try.
That is true. Maybe at like a super high class hotel they do that.
You never know. I worked at a super
I'm gonna mute.
muted up. I worked at a super low class hotel.
Mhm.
It was a child's indoor water park. It was amazing.
We were talking about the one over there, right? Yep.
And they would bend over backwards for the dumbest shit if you
That's-
asked.
Dude, that's fucking. I worked in a grocery store for a while. You can show up with something you bought at a different store and get a refund
Yep.
for it.
They wouldn't even think it twice about.
No, because it's easier to just say, okay, here you go, and then get them out of your hair.
Yep.
But yeah, those managers will bend over backwards to make the person happy.
It was ridiculous. Like the requests that were made sometimes, and you're just like, oh, okay. I guess I'll make that work. Sure. Or they'd be like, can you pull some people from some areas to go do this arbitrary, like the bus they need to help clean the bus. Like,
If
what?
we have to.
what? You're asking for kitchen staff to go clean a bus? No. My peeps
No.
are busy. How about housekeeping?
I'll wash dishes.
They got dishes? Bring them here. Had a long-term guest. The place I worked had like mini apartments,
Mhm.
and they made me let this lady come back in my kitchen and use my oven because the ovens in the rooms were smaller and subpar, and she was unable to make. I don't remember what she wanted to make. She wanted to make something that required a convection.
Mhm.
And they made me let this lady in my kitchen. And I'm like, you guys understand that if she gets hurt back there, she's gonna own the hotel.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
we
I'll say.
all just lost our jobs.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What? Flash forward.
they let it ride. And I didn't even get any of the font or whatever she was making. It's bullshit.
Should have at least got a slice
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna invade my kitchen. At least let me have a bite.
at the bare minimum.
Bah. The bad minimum. Fawn's got serious face on. She's like, doo-doom, 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 doo-doom.
I had to put my pop away.
Put my pop away. Doo-doom, doo-doom. Boy, you sneaking in the back door already?
Yeah.
Fancy.
I like that carpet.
That is a lovely carpet.
Makes me want to take a hallucinogen. This stupid microphone's always on, isn't it? I'm just kidding. Look at that. People in their booths getting set. What up,
What up, guys?
homies? Pipe and drape ready to go. Art already on display. Look at that. Look at that.
That's how it's done.
It almost looks well thought out and planned. Holy
I told you
shit.
guys he does a really, really good job. So
Was he got a snack stand in the
we
ballroom?
were a snack stand.
What was that behind you? Oh no.
They
My
just got
hungry
a-
ass just thought it was food.
I mean, it
Was
is.
food.
Lemons.
Do you see that? See what happens when you go hungry? You go out into nature and you just start spotting things you know you can eat. I did great in the woods.
You'd better hope those are real lemons and not fake ones.
That would be my fucking life. Bestie. Oh, those are cool. Those
Yeah,
are
some of-
cool.
Sick. Look at those green lit sconces. Nice.
This is total sneak peek.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
peeps watching don't even realize how gangster this is.
And then we're directly across from main stage. This will be like the
Amazing.
Nice.
right here.
Nice. That's a big ballroom.
Yeah.
Fawn, count the dividers for me. Does it break into 3 or 4?
Do what?
Does the room break into 3 sections or 4 sections?
3.
All right. So they got about max capacity, about 750.
I don't know.
That's my
I don't know
guess.
those numbers.
Sounds like you have a good idea. How much?
No, this is really well laid out. Looks very clean. Looks very precise. I like to see people already having their banners up. All the stuff ready to roll. Looking good. Looking good. Oh, I wanna
Oh,
go to a
We got
convention.
St. Mark over here.
You just went to one.
Holy water. That stuff's fucking cool. Corey Wisman from our shop uses that. And it's
We're live.
amazing.
What does
The
it
show-
do?
Hi, friends. It's a picture of a picture of a picture.
Picture.
No, holy water is a misting spray that is the fastest numbing agent I've ever had applied to me as a topical. It was like you're halfway into your tatty, you're nice and open, you're starting to lay some color, and just a bit of and wait about 30 seconds and right back into your tattoo, and it works amazingly for me and my skin type. Now, with all types of numbing stuff, everyone is different, but for me, I had great results. I love this guy and I love his stuff.
I can't believe he's already like totally set up already. This looks great.
Amazing.
Awesome. I can't wait to see that in person.
Glowy scorpion.
I found out that I have an occult store that's like right down the street from my house.
Called Witch Lab?
No.
Find out.
Okay.
I'm glad you found it. What's the name of your place?
I would have to look on a map. I don't remember exactly.
I didn't mean to ruin it, man. I'm sorry. I have a very good friend that runs a very nice establishment called Witch Lab.
Ah, okay.
And they've got all things. Oh, super dope. Fantastic. Super dope. Are we broadcasting split screen? Or do you have to be talking for it to be broadcasting?
I don't know. I'm sure they're both.
Just throwing things out there in case you're just not showing people stuff.
Withholding the information.
Like if I need to shut the fuck up and you let you say words so the camera switches to you.
Oh, it is Witch Lab. Yeah, it's like right down the street from my house.
Tell Tiffany I said hi.
Okay.
Stuff is amazing. Oh, is Jess still with you?
Yeah, she's here. I literally came in the back door and just started walking around to show you guys.
No, that's
but,
fine. I just meant like, is she like standing right next to you? Because I was going to ask her a question, but
No, she's probably back with Derb and Cervena. When I walked past the booth, they were all standing there.
Whoa.
Are these miniatures?
These are ceramic.
Oh, those are sick.
Have you seen the crab rave animation stuff?
Yeah.
This is like the twisted version.
Whoa, that's sick as fuck.
That's dope.
I want
What's the
that.
medium font?
Ceramic.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I will see you on Saturday, sir.
I need to up my fucking art at home. I have shitty dragons from
Nice.
regular conventions or fairs. Yeah.
He said
And,
regular.
But every fair has that one stand that sells the dragon statues and the skull knives, and they're
Yes.
always the same. Yeah, I've got
Yes.
those. I tried to get rid of them.
I used to know what catalog they ordered all that stuff from. My brother used to get it to our house because then you could buy the knives for $3 and $5.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Because-
12 of them. I wish I could remember the name. I'd plug the fuck out of it right now. Everybody would have a skull knife and a dragon statue.
Yeah, I've gotten rid of some of them, but there are still some that I haven't gotten rid of. I need to get rid of them.
I still have a battle axe that's like engraved on a fucking plaque that would never make it 13 seconds into battle. So I understand. I understand. I own a mace. Shit's in a box somewhere, but you know, you see that stuff, the swap meet, and you're like,
Sure.
almost be a base.
Put a katana on the wall, yeah,
Especially if you get the set. Gotta have that set.
of course.
Someone should explain to that young lady that moving quickly in a public space is frowned upon.
I could hear. She was
Is
catching
this
up.
I mean, generally that's why you run.
This is like additional vendor space. So this won't be the tattoo areas, but this is really rad artists and stuff that'll be in here tomorrow.
That's where I'll take a nap.
Because there's like the expo hall, if you will, like the ballroom where everything's going down. There's this big long hallway that connects it to the main hotel. So it like, when I turn around and head back the other way, I'll show you the little pond that it overlooks. But it's kind of cool because it's just like, instead of getting lost in the maze of elevators going up and down, you've just got one hall that takes you over to the main part of the hotel. So we're kind of separate, but it's not like you've got to like rigmarole and work through the maze to try and figure out where to go.
That is what I enjoy about the Phoenix show. It is all one big room. You get to load everything in to one room. You set up sound equipment in one room.
What, you don't want to go up and downstairs with the equipment?
It's a labor of love. There is no animal like Health City at the Hyatt. And I love every fucking second of it. But it's real nice to get to do the easier setup show.
Yeah, we talk about the Hyatt like it's 2 levels, but for setup and tear down, it's really like 4.
Depending on where you get the privilege of loading in and out of, yes.
Yeah, and then you like which storage room is what in on which floor.
Yeah. The behind the scenes of that is most people don't realize that we have to load in before we can actually set up, because the stuff has to all be there and it's all in this like locked room downstairs. And then we have a certain amount of time when we're allowed into the room. I don't understand the politics of it, but
That's kind of ridiculous.
It works out well, because then you don't have to unload the truck and immediately start setting shit up.
That's
There's
true.
a little bit of break in your day. But the storage process from the basement of the Hyatt, like it's a lot, and a lot of the road cases and stuff barely fit on the elevator. Like, it's a good time. Hi, person we don't know. How are you? I don't know that person. Fawn. Who was that?
I don't know.
Just some rando?
Better yet,
just some rando.
even cooler.
Your number 1 fan.
Let's go meet her. Like, what's up, Fawn? You're lagging. Go. Why aren't you going outside to meet this person?
Because I got to go all the way down and around. You're asking me to run. No, she's the same door that I'm at now.
Oh, looky there, opportunity. So, hey, what brings you to the Indy Tattoo Convention? Come on, interview mode. Go.
Kenny stuff.
Is that an octopi?
Nice. My best friend back home started to get into all sorts of stuff like that, so I'm gonna have to pick something up for her.
Yes.
Oh yes, I remember seeing those, and that's the big like deer or something on wheels.
Yeah, he has a yak. I don't know if he sold it or not, but the yak was amazing. Yes, I saw the deer. There was some form of small cat. He does all kinds of cool shit.
We got the music starting in the ballroom. Not the official.
It's so cool to see a well-oiled machine. Ooh, heart's already out. Is that a pink fucking love panther? What is? Whoa. It's fun. But that. No, not that. The other one on the right.
That's our thumbnail.
Yes, I need that in my living room, please. I'm 100% serious. If you don't come back with that, I'm gonna be upset. I got you. You need me Venmo you? I figured out how to do the Venmos, Fawn.
You figured out the Venmos?
I advanced into this world. I'll Venmos you. You let me know what that sticker is. That's pretty dope. I love the new, I guess it's not new, but it's newer to me. The string and neon art that comes out now. The bright, bold colors people are now being able to tattoo in, so they're not afraid to do their other mediums in that super bright neon, fucking high contrast, white highlighted awesomeness. I think I need some in my life. You know what I've been thinking about is you've seen those super like candy, like super bright pinks and super like bubble gum cartoon.
Yeah.
I think I want some of that shit on my face.
Your face. Well, cheeks or the forehead. You could get like 2 little characters coming up your cheeks here.
something like the super white background lit, like bright neon, like pin-up fucking Japanese style.
And they're kissing your cheek.
Yeah, something. That's a good. I like that. Then you only have to do a half a face. All right.
No, you get like the bust up.
Oh, you get all the way up.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. What are those?
I feel like a belly button's a good cutoff there.
Oh, that's a lot of tattoo. I don't have that kind of space, bud. That kind of space. Frankenstein.
Why they come up your neck. Like,
I could see that. Like matching.
yeah.
Like their neck could be my neck. Do you remember
I guess.
the shitty string of Jesus tattoos that had the like cross and his arm like coming out and was like all one, like super horribly morphed tattoo? I know the guy that did the original one. The original one was dope as fuck. And then a lot of people were like, fuck this all the way on. Man. Fawn, you're making me want to leave now.
Well, I mean, come on.
It's only 8 o'clock. Come on.
I've got this weird thing called a
Called work.
job that they make me go to. Like they make me be there, Fawn. Be like, you're not here. I must be upset. And I'm like, but I don't know.
Whoa. Fuck yeah.
That's dope.
I'm going to show you guys how cool this is. As I walk by.
Whoa. Oh, okay. I saw it completely differently at first.
Is that all crystals?
There we go.
Even more dope. Holy shit.
I saw it as like this like dying skeleton bird.
It looked like octopus arms for a minute up in the air with like a intentional like skull. Like that's amazing. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
I don't know if you can hear me, but good job. Good job, vendor lady.
No, I wish we got it at an expo.
Oh,
Super
it's rad.
Super amazing. I'm not gonna Venmo you for that. Probably way more than I could spend. That was a lot of crystals. Just saying. I can't afford crystals. That was a dope ass little skeleton tray. Felt like he was offering you cocaine. But
I was
Try some.
we're picturing difference in our personalities. Be like, oh, tasty treats.
well, I mean, if that's your gig, yeah. I'm not gonna judge you. Party how you want to party. Just don't affect my life.
Look, all the pink ones are still in there. Nobody's taken them all yet.
Candy's
You know what we should
already
do?
getting raided. What should we do?
Full screen. What we got going on here with Fawn.
Hey, bub, you know why you're at the computer seat? Because I don't want to be in charge.
You're gonna say, because I don't want to wait.
So now they don't see us and we can just talk over it. That's amazing. You're a genius. Kyle, I'm glad you're here, bud.
See, I got you.
Glad you're here.
We've been in the spotlight for too long. It's their turn.
Fuck yeah.
I'm coming back over to this one.
Yeah,
But-
like seriously. Seriously,
Yeah.
how much is that?
I don't know. There's not. We're early. There's no prices out yet, but I will get back.
Fucking ask.
Just leave $100.
Anybody
Leave him a note. Ben Thomas wants to know how much this is. Text him and leave my numbies.
You'll
Leave you
know.
We'll have all weekend. We'll be able to figure
Yes.
out who
No,
that
he
artwork
brought one of those prints because he knew they wouldn't sell. That's the way it goes.
There's a market.
There is a market. Obviously, I am that market.
You would appreciate like Smash Bros tournaments then, because they just have like loot artists galore.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm a fan of loot art, but it has to be subtle.
Sure.
Does that make sense? Like
Right.
the blatantly I like a little like that was a cool picture until you realized what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not
Right.
that it wasn't
Some
cool like
subtlety
that.
to it. You
Yeah,
got one layer deep.
one layer deep. That
Okay.
was not, yeah. Some people like to get extremely graphic, but I feel the same way about horror movies. I feel the same way about slasher films and the exaggeration of most anything. It bugs me. Just be real. Oh, look at the HC gear. That mug is dope as fuck.
It's tattoo history collection.
Nice. Looks like a lot of great stuff there.
Oh yeah, it's actually like once you get to looking, I actually have a machine that matches that one, and then I have a brass similar but not exactly the same to that Fowler machine. It's kind of funny to see like other people's artifacts, the artifacts of their career, and how similar some of them are to what I have. It's funny how like when I first started tattooing, I didn't think it was going to get this nostalgic, and I didn't think I would be like connected to my equipment the way that I am. And now, like, even though I don't use my coil machines anymore, I couldn't imagine getting rid of any of them. I just love them.
A little piece of history with you.
Yeah. Yep.
I have a favorite hammer. If that says anything. I get it. I get it. What is that, Fawn? I need some explanations.
It says tattoo lipstick color selector.
What?
Looks like someone from the future.
Or the past. I heard words. I'm not sure what they were. Oh, dope.
Milton Zeiss, The Secret Art of Tattooing, or The Secret of the Art of Tattooing. Sorry. This is Milton Zeiss. In Columbus, we talk about Stony St. Clair. In this area,
Yep.
Milton Zeiss is their equivalent to Stony. Like he's the godfather around here.
Hence that dope ass Panther sheet.
Let me just settle on that for a minute. This is not like the sucky Panthers we were talking about earlier.
No, these are not Psyche Panthers. These are prime examples of what a fucking traditional Panther should be. Maybe I'll tattoo that on my face instead.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Better.
Fun, I think I'm getting face tattoos.
I mean, if you want face tattoos, Ben, I fully support. Hey, lady, how are you? Hey, good. They're getting the merch area all set up, looking nice. Yeah, I need to find you one of those.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to get a new coffee mug.
Who did the art?
I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna find that answer for you.
Dopest.
So I-
Dopest.
Going live and sharing as many of the tattoo competitions with everybody as I can, just like we did for Hell City.
Amazing.
So I'll find out for sure who did the artwork. I'll share that with you, but we're going to be on Instagram a lot over this weekend. So anybody who's
Awesome.
hanging out now who would like to join us, we're going to be live a ton. I'll be
And
live.
Fawn, where can they find that? What's the Instagram?
Oh, tattoo _collecting _101.
There it is.
Whoop.
Tattoo Collecting 101, or if you just go to tattoocollecting.com, I've got links that will get you to our YouTube to our Reinventing page and to our Instagram page. So if you want to just keep it simple, remember tattoocollecting.com, and you can get to all of our socials from there.
What are those clown cupcake copper earrings?
That's awesome.
You saw-
I want those for my ear holes, Fawn.
You saw it here
I'll
first.
put those in my ear holes.
I'll wear earrings if they're that glorious. I haven't worn earrings since 2010.
It's been that long since you've worn anything in your ear holes.
Yeah. They used to be half inchers. Now they almost look like earlobes.
That's a good sign though.
I feel like I look naked without them. Doesn't look any
Yeah.
different. Something's missing.
I get that every time I take them out when I take a shower, and I'm like, ugh,
Yeah.
that doesn't look right. Let me plug that up.
We'll have to fix that, yeah. I was rummaging through some old shit the other day, packing some stuff up, and found my box of old jewelry and was just kind of like, oh, I spent so much money on this shit to go in the trash.
It's very expensive. You got to have everything.
Yes, body jewelry got very expensive very fast.
Yeah.
I had to take all my shit out for a surgery one time, and I ended up being in the hospital in longer than planned, and wasn't able to get my jewelry back in after the fact. It was sad.
You know what? When I first got my ears pierced, trying to stretch them out, I got these just like this simple stainless steel thing for it, and then what happened is it started to close in on my ear itself, and I had to go to the urgent care, and the lady, she comes by and just rips it out of my ear. Yeah.
Yep. Ouch.
Yeah, that was,
Ouch.
and then she's like, all right, have a great day, leaving me with one ear slightly bloody because it grew around there, and she just ripped it out of my skin, and then the other one's perfectly fine.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I took him out and tried it again 6 months later.
I bet.
Yeah.
My ears at the time were fine. It was my other body jewelry I couldn't get back in. Fawn, I heard you talking, but we didn't hear what you said.
Oh, look at this little hand washing station.
Ooh.
Oh, that's pretty nifty.
Yeah.
Hey, can you
Write that down. Write that down.
open up the back of that?
I mean, let me see how it works.
Well,
Yeah, is that power unit? What's going on?
It's just a hand washing station. Like, there's nothing special. I just think it's nice that Chris took the time to decorate it and make it fit the theme.
Oh yeah.
You get a regular one, and then you just put a box around it.
Hello, convention people.
All right. It looks like
This is
everybody's
me.
probably hop off of here and let you guys wrap the show up and help get our booth set up.
Alrighty.
Oh, okay.
I've
Well,
walked
have
around.
fun. Be safe. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow.
I hope so. I would love to see you. Kyle, I look forward to seeing you this weekend too.
Yeah, definitely Saturday. We'll hang out and get everything going.
If there is anything that you require before now and I leave, give it a buzz. Maybe I can swoop it up on the way.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to hop off of here and I will let you guys carry on conversation or wrap up, whatever feels right. And I will definitely be sharing stuff all weekend long.
Alrighty,
All right.
alrighty. Have
Cool,
fun,
guys.
be safe. We'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Bye, fantastic.
You want to keep going, or
That's we just lit a blunt. Might as well.
might as well?
We're gonna smoke it, right? Might as well let the people enjoy it with us. So how long have you been apprenticing?
So I'm not apprenticing
You're
yet.
not apprenticing yet.
No.
I was under the impression that you were.
It's a very interesting situation. So what it is I'm working with Guy Atchison himself, and then
Perfect.
he does just like a one-on-one exercise, like 20 minutes a week, something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's fucking amazing.
That type of instruction is priceless.
Yeah, it's been very helpful to, and been skyrocketing my artwork.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even just having somebody that knows more than you to critique your stuff in a loving manner is invaluable. Like,
Yeah. Well, and I join them on the Monday nights as well, doing all that stuff as well. So I'm just like,
okay,
double
dig
dipping
into
in.
that because we're on a show that should talk about stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's
Monday nights there is a live drawing group. Is
yes,
it an art
live drawing
critique?
group every Monday night with Guy Atchison and the Reinventing community.
Amazing.
And
So
because
if I was to try to find that, what would I need to do?
you would want to go to reinventingthetattoo.com, and there'll be plenty of places to find links to all the right stuff.
I mean, because a lot of people out there have a lot more artistic gumption than
Yeah.
I do, and are always starved for information. You know why Bob Ross was popular? It wasn't because everybody was sitting there trying to paint, but there's some soothingness to watching something happen and watching that create. So I've sat and watched the live drawing groups, not as trying to recreate, but just as live entertainment.
Yeah, no, it's because it's not like we're drawing, but we're all just hanging out, having a conversation.
I watched some of the other paint night stuff too, and it's really cool to watch somebody's concept of how they're creating. And anytime you get a chance to look at somebody's thought process is a privilege, and you should take note.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool, and I really like the aspect of having your peers that are trying to be helpful, kind of guiding you along the way.
Yeah. No, it's nice to have a community of people around that want to see you succeed and treat you like everyone else.
Right. What's your favorite medium?
I mostly do digital.
Nice.
Just a preference.
Yeah.
I like the smooth blends that I can get with it. And I don't play with any fancy brushes or anything. I just have like 2 airbrushes, a big and a small, and then I just go in and do all my work like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I like the aspect of digital art because it allows you to have that palette and tool everywhere and anywhere instead of hauling around an airbrush kit.
Yeah. Well, and since I grew up with the internet and everything too, that's what attracted me to art in general, seeing all those digital fantasy paintings.
Right.
And just the beautiful amount of rendering that you can get with it.
Right. So yeah, the computer imaging when I was a kid, you had to be like, that's an Oregon Trail.
I played the Oregon Trail.
Right.
I know.
Well, now when I first started playing the Oregon Trail, I thought it was like a serial killer game, like a trail of organs.
Yeah.
No, I was wrong.
Very wrong.
That's not how it goes down at all. Said I got malaria and died in the fucking creek.
Doesn't everyone?
I think there was only like 3 ways to die in that game. Like you got attacked by an animal, you drowned in the creek.
Starved.
I forgot about starved.
It's the Oregon Trail, man.
I haven't played in a while. I'm old. Sorry.
I played it like once.
Even like I already know more. I did it one time.
I've experienced it.
Yeah, it's enough.
I can move on.
Once. You're right.
Yes.
That's fucking hilarious. So how did you find reinventing and all that? Like what turned you on to that?
So back in my hometown, I was fortunate enough to have a tattoo studio around that did super crazy, wicked biomechanical work.
Love it.
Mhm.
Name drop.
Dave Barton at Lucid Tattoo in Camarillo, California. Check him out.
Love it.
Yeah. But I was trying to apprentice over there because once I started getting into tattoos, and he's like, well, work on your stuff. Check out, Guy Atchison and all that stuff. And I looked him up, and then that was around the time they were doing like the virtual tattoo gathering, and they had a bunch of free seminars to take and like drawing exercises. And then from there learned about it. Actually won a biomech encyclopedia from that. So that was awesome. Yeah.
Fuck you, man. We're just talking, nothing came up with cost. I love watching a process. It's super interesting to me the amount of information that they have available on that.
Yeah.
It's I don't want to say it's overwhelming because for somebody that understands everything, I'm sure it's just like, and one more thing, and one more thing, and one more thing. But it was cool to see that you could start at the very beginning of intro to making fucking shapes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To full blown like hyper realism. Like I don't know that kind of information because of people taking the time to compile it is it's rare. It's hard to find that kind of stuff. I remember not too long ago in the street shop culture, it was like Hydra tricks. You do stuff, and I'm the only one that does that. So if I teach other people how I made that super sweet whip shade, no one's going to come get my super sweet whip shades.
Right. Yeah.
And now that the community's almost shifted to where it's like, bro, let me show you how to do that better.
Yeah.
Because we would rather just have better tattoos.
Yeah. The attitude change of that, of just being like, let's all just work together and just share what we know to all make better stuff,
It's
is
pretty cool.
yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It's pretty cool.
And being able to come up in that is very grateful as well, to just right off the bat being able
Right.
to have a community of people ready to help out and hang out.
Super fortunate. And it's in a way, like the readiness of information is so helpful and harmful at the same time, because then you get these people that are out of the chute amazing at what they do, and then they get bored with it and burn out.
Yeah.
And I've seen it happen not in the tattoo industry, but with other people that have like, oh, I came out knowing how to be a fucking programming master genius, and now I'm a high level exec at some, insurance company for their tech department, but I'm bored to shit making 170K a year because this has never been challenging. So like, to watch the people that cut their teeth learning and figure like that to me is insane, because the success rate is so much lower of people that learned it the hard way in comparison to this wealth of information that's out now.
I mean, even with the wealth of information, you still got to learn some stuff the hard way.
Absolutely. Completely understand that. And it's still a learned and trained and practice. Like, you have to have the mental fortitude to be able to do it. We've had the conversation about Flash before, and people are like, well, there's, you're just copying a picture. And it's like, you still got to put the tattoo in, bud.
Yeah.
You can have an amazing stencil. It doesn't mean it's going to be on your skin applied.
It could be halfway on your skin.
Could be just a chunk of fucking raw scab too.
That too.
Yeah. So it kind of chaps my ass a little bit when people frown on the Flash and the Procreate tools and things along those lines, the pre-designed images. And Fawn and I had the conversation on here before about how some of that stuff is just designed to make your job easier.
Yeah, it's just you can draw the flower, but you could just stamp one down and save yourself 20 minutes.
There you go. And not even that flower still has to be tattooed.
Right, exactly. You're just using it to make a design, it's like a collage.
I don't understand the mental block there for some people. And I hear it all the time with like traditional stuff. Well, why would you want a Sailor Jerry piece? It's because it's traditional. Like it's original. It's reminding of a time that this was all that was available, and it's classic art.
Yeah.
That's not your style of art. That's why this shit's subjective, and you can put
yeah.
whatever the fuck you want on your body.
Yeah,
I put on the shit that I liked.
It's like it's not for me, but I respect that.
Absolutely the same. And it's not. I don't like every style of tattoo.
Yeah,
and it's one of those. But I've seen that style on tattoo on people, and just been like, damn, that's well done.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing tattoo. Is that what I want on my body? No. Doesn't not make it a fucking sweet tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why
you can appreciate the art form.
Absolutely. And that's why it varies so much, because people's taste varies so much. That's why I hate when people are like, but you don't have any hyper realism pieces.
So I don't want hyper realism.
Yeah, I mean I do. It's not you're allowed to have your own taste and choice. It's part of being a fucking person. Like, I'm off somebody's art.
Right. Everyone's got their own taste.
I'm off somebody's art. It always bugged me when people frown down on any particular style and or the choice somebody made in their tattoo. As long as the tattoo's done well, I don't give a shit what you get.
As long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's for you. You
Yeah.
can get whatever you want. I've seen some ridiculous tattoos when people are like, yeah, but I love it. It makes me laugh every time I see it. I'm like,
and that's exactly what it's about.
That's exactly. Self-expression is supposed to be just that.
Mm-hmm.
Self. We lose that sometimes. We get caught up in the trends and the latest and greatest and the
newest Instagram follow and like, and there's a lot of tattoos out there that are like, oh, so you went with the bird silhouettes, huh? Okay, all right, I see you were around in 2012,
Right.
you got the blowing out fucking dandelion thing too. We all seen it.
course,
Fads
of course.
come and go. Fads come and go.
Yeah. So some people want to recreate a tattoo they see online, and that's
Fair and fine.
what they want.
I look at that as much the same way as I look at Flash. You saw something in it, you admired it, you thought that was something that you wanted in your life, and you recreated it for yourself. I don't see a problem with that as long as you're making it your own and you're taking it somewhere to sue an artist that's gonna not dead rip somebody, unless they live, in the middle of BFE and they're on the other side of if you have the availability to link up with that artist, try for sure. But fuck it, man, get what you want.
Yeah.
Get what you want.
I was never a fan of the mentality that every tattoo has to have a meaning, because
Absolutely.
it doesn't. It's art. You can just have something to say, yeah, I got this awesome piece of art on me. It
I
doesn't have to be deeper
absolutely
than
have
that.
tattoos that mean stuff.
Yeah.
But the majority of them mean that I liked this really cool tattoo. And I was like, you should put that on me.
Yeah. That's just fucking sick. I want that. Yeah.
Do you nobody wants that one? Yeah, get it off the board. Put it
Yeah,
on me.
yeah.
Like I love that. I also had a really good bond with the person that started my tattoo collection with. So I knew the art that he did was the art that I liked. It was you know what I mean? Like
Right.
there was so much trust. I could be like, I mean, maybe think of like an eagle or like an eyeball or like, and that would be the amount of inspiration I would give. In my next session, I'd come in and be like, bro, I got this eagle with an eyeball in it. And then like, we're going to do this dope.
Yeah.
Eagle eyeball right there. Oh yeah, that was the right one right there. Eagle eyeball. And it was one of those, like, I didn't have to go through the vetting process. You know what I mean? Like I knew the art that he was going to be like asking me, is this what you want? I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah. I always found the best way to get a tattoo is just to go in with a general concept,
Absolutely.
because at that point, you've got a basic idea of what you want, and then you just let your artist make it awesome.
I used to love, I managed to shop for a while, and I would love when people would come in and be like, okay, I want this, I want it done this way, I want it this colors and this highlight. And you just kind of look at them and you're like, I understand that looks really cool on this piece of paper, but as a tattoo, that's a horrible idea.
Right.
And it's really hard to crush somebody's dreams
Yeah.
when they're
But that's why they're professional. They will help you make sure that tattoo is as good as you want it to be.
right. Sorry, my kid
You
is
get
texting me. But again, I get it. I get it, but at the same time, it's like but again, like the availability of artists and the availability of research and the amount of people that are tattooing now, there is absolutely no reason not to get exactly what you want from whomever you want, whatever style you want, because the options are endless now.
Yeah.
That still blows me away a little bit to think about. Fawn knows the number. It's like 103 tattoo studios in Franklin County, which is like the small county that we live in. And it's like, I remember there being 5 or 6 shops within driving distance, like it's insane to me to think that the market has shifted and the mental acceptance of what tattooing used to be and is and has become is completely changed.
But it's exciting to see, there's already so much more progress in comparison to like 10 years ago.
Right. Oh,
so
absolutely.
It's amazing to see it just be normal.
Right.
Because it is.
I remember the last time I had to interview with somebody, you started on the phone and I was like, okay, so just like, I'm going to throw this out there before I even come in. Like, what's your tattoo policy? Like, before I even drive there, what is it? Then they just laugh. They're like, just come in, you'll understand. And I got there, and my boss now has a bunch of Marty Holcomb work. So it was one of those, it's like, oh, okay, that's work. But it used to be the first, like, I'd walk into an interview and I was like, do they look at my face? Do they look at my arms? Do they look at my face? Do they look at my arms? They look at my face. Okay, this might work. If you walk in and the first thing they do is look at your arms and then look back up at you.
And then you just leave.
All right, so I obviously already see this is gonna be unless you're planning to be a line cook, then rock is probably rock. Now, the mental aspect of it now is completely changed. You can do whatever the fuck you want with whatever the fuck you want. Like,
The last
amazing.
job interview I went to, it was like right after I first got my bridge pierced. So I had this giant, like 1.5-inch Frankenstein bar. So funny.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But I love that the public acceptance has completely changed.
Yeah. No,
And
it's great.
People have that freedom to be able to do whatever the fuck they want, still be gainfully employed.
Yeah.
Because it was a legitimate concern for me for a long time.
Yeah. I remember seeing some like news articles, mini documentaries about people that are like full head to toe suited in like the business corporate world.
Right.
And there's just like 100% full tattoos.
Right.
So it's awesome to see.
Yeah, it's a completely different real people too, man.
We just have images on skin.
right. I like skin pictures. What's wrong with it? And
You wear a shirt, you get it.
yeah. Well, do you wear a plain white shirt?
No.
No. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Good times, good times. It's just I remember going to places in long sleeves. Like,
Yeah. No, every interview I went to, I always had sleeves. Just in case.
might as well.
You know, it's like I'm at the point where it's like if I move, you can see I have them.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I remember a tattoo in my hand, going like, well, man, yeah, that's it. We're there. But it pretty much got to the point in my life where I was like, I don't want to work anywhere that they're that narrow-minded.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want a job that is that restricted. And if that's their attitude and that's okay, I don't need to work there.
Right.
There's lots of other places I can
Get the same amount of money
Right.
with more acceptance.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Run it. See what happens. Here we are, kicking ass, taking names.
Yeah. Trying our best to.
Yeah, there's that. It's always a certain level of try.
Yep.
Well, hey man, looks like we finished this.
That it does.
Should probably wrap this fucking thing up. Huh?
I guess so.
Well, podcast land. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining us today. And we'll be back same time next week.
Woot woot. Check our Instagram this weekend for live shots from Indy.
Yeah, there'll be great coverage on all the competitions going on. So definitely check it out.
All right. Well, man, thanks for hanging.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Take care.
All right.